previously, you all made your way to the Kaban estate, but not before stopping by the Ishkatari, a group of traveling nomads of the Wosten Desert. There, you were told that they would be happy to take you to the Oasis of 1,000 Lanterns and the primary temple of Sabnu, of which Sabhir is particularly interested in. They assist you, with the assistance of the schematics that Mr. Snuggles made, you were able to break into the Kaban estate, where Vagari was reunited with her family for a brief moment, until it was found out that the Fearless Runner and Solus, two escaped gladiators of another of the 12 families of Muzbarak, have come back and broken into a noble family's estate. Before alerting the authorities, you were given the opportunity to prove your assistance to them in the help of curing one of their oasis crabs, a gargantuan crab with an entire ecosystem oasis on its back, usually used for far travels across the Wosten Desert. You managed to convince them that the Galavanteirs were up to the task and that turning you guys in is not necessary at this time. You were given 24 hours to cure the crab. So with that, you are in the Kaban estate. You've made your way out, very sarcastically telling to the guards that the Alkushan traveling pet shop with 2 P's and an E is on the case. And so now, in mid-morning, in the streets of Muzbarak, the scene is yours.
Question.
Answer.
Did we go back to the village at the last?
To the nomads?
Yeah.
I thought that's what we did.
You were heading there. I don't know if you guys did you guys make it there?
I don't think so. I think we were on our way, and then we made a joke about how would we get in with Hazel flirting with the young kid.
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah, you didn't actually make it. Yeah, okay. The young kid Ali. No, so you haven't actually made it there yet, but you are for now, you guys are out of earshot of the guards.
Alkushan traveling shop, eh?
Listen, it was on the moment. I'm better with stories I've heard over and over. Okay, listen. Maybe not the best improviser, but they'll never forget it.
I won't. I will not either.
So we have to take care of some crabs, huh?
And it seems like we have 24 hours. I think where we came from, where we were originally going to go for Sabir's tasks, they seem to have maybe some information on the crabs. It might be worth checking with them. Yes. We have 24 hours, so we could try figuring this out on our own, but it might be better to seek out resources that are literally just over there, and I point to where we came from their camp.
Yes, and if it takes as long as it did to get to see them in the first place, maybe we should step on it, huh?
Hazel, have you ever seen any thing like that? Any sickness like that?
No.
You can make a nature check if you want.
Okay, I can do that.
When I spoke with the crab, I will say it said that it was not really able to move, and it seemed like it needed to molt. I don't know anything really about molting reptiles or crabs, but if it's a dry skin problem, we used to use lotion in the winter time.
I rolled a 9.
Though you are familiar with ailments in different kinds of animals, having never left the Kaya Druids or traveled to a dry desert warm area, you're not familiar with the fauna here well enough to understand what's going on with the crab. You just know that it's sick.
I have a question, DM.
Yeah.
Do we still have our Phantom Steed charges?
Yes, you guys have not used any of them so far.
Let me get on my Phantom Steed. Can I be My Little Pony again?
You can be whatever you want. It's your Phantom Steed, kid.
Yes! Okay, so I'm gonna conjure up My Little Pony, and, I think this
What does
should
this
make...
look like?
I don't know. I fart little heart bubbles, and then it comes out and conjures.
What is the
I don't
pony?
know.
What does the
I
My
don't
Little Pony look like?
He's like, that's a cool story, but
I was like, I don't know what he does.
I fart heart bubbles. Fair. Great. Good for you.
But what does the horse look like?
What does it? So to give you an idea, they are sort of ethereal and translucent and generally monochromatic. So what color and shape is this Phantom Steed?
Can I choose 2 colors?
Sure.
Yes. Okay.
They're monochromatic, but DM.
It's like
Sure.
basically monochromatic within like a couple of wave numbers. So I basically have this like hot pink pony, but like if the light hits it at the right angle, maybe it like iridescently also glows like some purple shades. But
Okay.
it's basically just a My Little Pony with little heart bubbles that like come out of its mane and tail
What is that, like 400 nanometers?
from pink to purple.
Well, there's no purple in the color spectrum, technically. 800 nanometers. Yeah, 8 to 400. Oh my god, I'm so good! I'm sorry.
It's within the visible spectrum, so
Yeah.
we'll allow it.
Holy shit, I didn't... I'm so proud of myself. I'm sorry. Totally unrelated.
Yes,
Continue.
that's basically it.
Cool. All right, so you summon your Phantom Steed. Anybody else?
I think Shun's seeing Vagari get on this steed. He goes, "Oh God, no!" and automatically pops out the spider. Oh.
I will go ahead and pop mine out, and it's going to be a monochromatic zebra.
Nice. Not the
Just a-
wildebeest?
There's a
Or
white
just
horse.
a horse.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. It's the wildebeest.
I mean, it can be a horse. It can be a horse. Whatever you want, man.
I was like, man,
I didn't
No.
even pick up on that. Like you said it just didn't even register.
Same. I didn't even
Oh my
realize.
God.
I was like, yeah.
An
I'm
albino
so
zebra.
focused
That's
on so many
awesome.
other things. I'm like,
Okay.
God.
I've already
I'm
committed
anxious.
to. I've already committed to the My Little Pony, but how funny would it be if I instead conjured a centaur with like Mr. L's face?
You just got long flowing Fabio hair.
Yes. They're like, oh no, this must be subliminal messaging for my attractiveness to leprechauns.
You
He's
know, it's like a
normal
tall short.
size.
It's a tall short thing, you know.
He's like 5'9", 5'10". He's like an average
He's like
human height.
3'4". Don't lie.
it's a miniature pony.
It's a Shetland.
Oh my god, yes! It's a My Little Pony centaur of the Leprechaun Man.
Oh.
Okay, change my mind. That's what I want. Can he be tiny?
Yeah. He's
Like
a
one of
small-
those like little cute ponies that are like
So-
mini-sized?
So you have a Shetland pony with
Oh
the
my God.
torso and head of Jean-Baptiste Duval, aka Mr. L, your sponsor from
Yes.
Arcane Echoes. Is he shirtless or does he have like a coat?
Oh, he
and
is
a hat?
shirtless. Like
Yes.
he is glistening. Like
Does he have the hat?
for the sake of him being a leprechaun, yes.
Cool.
Like
Fair
the
enough.
classic top hat.
Oh, okay.
And then
so
I
you-
imagine he has like what's that one dude's name? Is it Jason wait, Jason Momoa? Is that his name?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Why am I blanking? That sounds so weird to say out
Aquaman?
loud.
No, that's him.
Yes,
Aquaman.
he basically has the body of Aquaman.
Okay. Far more like buff than the true Jean-Baptiste Duval,
Yes.
but yeah, all right, cool.
He pops up, I'm like, oh no, Pudgy, shield your eyes.
Kyugi
You just cover the
is
nips.
being
Yeah.
held at the Cabana State as
Oh
insurance.
yeah, that's right. Good thing Pudgy's not here.
The question is,
He's not.
on his hooves, are there little tiny leprechaun buckles?
For the
They're
sake
marshmallow.
of him being a leprechaun, yes.
And he's got like the marshmallow horseshoe.
I'm here for it.
Oh my god.
Does he also have a little four-leaf clover tattoo on his butt like My Little Ponies do?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Or like a balloon.
No, he's just farting balloons.
Ooh,
He
yes.
just shits marshmallow.
Like the taco in South Park.
It's like little ice creams. Oh
Okay,
my
I think that's an
God.
adequate description for the audience.
Hazel,
what does
do
it
you
smell
summon
like?
your phantom steed?
Sure.
Remember, you all have a limited amount of charges for these.
Worth it.
Oh darn.
I have like 5 more.
Yeah, you gotta
Mine
keep track of
would be-
how many charges you have.
Oh, where's my notebook? I'll write it down right here. Mine'll be, I don't know. I don't have anything as good as like, you know, my
Just
little
it doesn't have to be
pony farting
good or better. Don't
bubbles.
compare. Just what do you want to do?
I don't even
comes
know
to
if
mind?
mine's
Do you want
good.
to be a
Mine
wolf?
is just reckless.
The German
Yours
Shepherd,
is.
I'll be a camel.
camel.
Yeah.
But not me personally. The beast will be. I am not becoming anything. I just want to clarify. I am staying Hazel in this moment.
Fair enough.
How many humps?
So,
How many humps? All the humps.
Bumpy
within
ride.
earshot, or out of earshot from the guards that are in front of the Cabana State, one of the 12 noble families in Muzbarak, a prestigious part of the city that's in mid-morning is starting to get a little busy. The 4 of you, bring out your phantom steeds, and a ton of civilians. You grab their attention, and they're just like, holy shit.
And we ride off majestically.
And you ride off majestically.
I'd like to side saddle my camel and give up.
How many humps do you have?
I'm gonna go with 2. So I'm
2
gonna
humps.
side saddle myself between the humps.
Okay, and how many humps
Very
does the camel
small, so. Haha.
have?
Hilarious.
Just 2 camels riding on top of one of them.
It's a double decker.
Oh my god.
So, you ride westward toward the western gate, and you come up to the Ishkatari, the Ishkatari nomads, the guards that are stationed at the gate. There's 2 of them primarily stationed on either side of the western gate. It's a very large archway. And there's, as I described previously, a sort of like security house there where there's more guards and they kind of rotate, take shifts. They always kind of stare at you guys as you guys make your way out of the city to the area where the Ishkatari is.
These are the type of animals we save in the Alkushan traveling shop here.
So you all make it to the Ishkatari. There's a far more activity now at this point in the morning. Jovan Iskander is not present, but you do see the young boy Ali, and he spots you all. But you've actually, with your mounts, garnered a lot of attention. People start to kind of crowd around you, and they start to like get very uncomfortably close. Like this is a little much that you would expect from average people. So they get uncomfortably close. They start to like immediately try to pet your steeds, which they do.
Can my camel spit on them as they try to
It absolutely can. Yeah.
Okay, good. I would like
Spits
it to
on
spit
them?
on everybody.
Oh, ugh. Even the ghost form has disgusting saliva. Ugh. One of them tries to like pick it up and like put it into like a vial. It disappears out of their
Oh.
hands.
Can I try like making my way through the crowd to where that boy is? Like, can I see him, or is the crowd just like completely engulfed us at this point?
You can see him.
Okay, I want to take my
Thunderwave.
little like leprechaun centaur and like trot my way over to the boy.
Oh, hello? And he just like is staring at Jean-Baptiste's face.
Oh, yes, you don't have to mind him. He's actually quite gentle despite his weird, creepy appearance. Never mind that. We have come back. I don't know if perhaps the expert animal wasn't it like an expert animal handler? I think you gave a name last time.
Musafir is the leader of theirs.
He was the one that would have like the information that we would probably need.
Yeah, he kind of leads them, but there's people here that would assist you in other ways.
Okay. We were just seeing if perhaps Musafir was available, or if there were any animal handlers available that maybe we could speak to.
Yeah, I will get him. And he goes and runs off.
Make it snappy, but wait! If it makes it quicker and more efficient, feel free to ride my centaur. And I hop off and...
Make a persuasion check.
He only bites if you want him to.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing the human half like looking in only one direction.
I rolled a 17.
He like immediately hops up, like gets on it. Does it have reins?
Just the hair. Just the long flowing luscious hair.
Oh,
shit.
He grabs the hair and rides off, and you've got a crowd just following you.
I just sent a little boy off on a chiseled centaur.
This is the start of a romance novel.
Like
That's their MQ.
jumping back into it right off the rip with just like the crazy chaos. Love it. After a few moments, Musafir comes back, is leading sort of the Jean-Baptiste Duval centaur with Ali on it, and there's this old woman that's with them as well, and she's also on your phantom steed. The crowd kind of parts. Well, it is good to see you all back. What can we do for you? Well, excuse me, Lion Man, what was your name?
Sabir.
Sabir. This is one of our elders. Her name is Rahel.
Rahel.
Rahel. She is a priestess of Sobnu. And this old woman with, she's got like a black cloak made of wool. And you can see that she has like vulture feathers, like a sort of neck piece made of vulture feathers and a necklace of a vulture's skull. And this is the one? This is the one that is interested in the Temple of the Scavenger. Yes, I see. Very well. Come with me. And she starts walking off. Well, Rahel, they need assistance in other ways first. So what can I do for you all?
So of course we want to go to the Temple of Sobnu, but I think before that we have a more pressing matter. There's an oasis crab that we're trying to essentially help revive and recover. It seems to be having some issues molting and kind of has like a sickly green sludge all over it, and it's not really able to move or make sudden movements how crabs typically do. You know, kind of like this, and like I do like the little crab shuffle. I don't know if maybe he's just got dry, he doesn't have skin, dry shell. If there's like a lotion or a potion or a remedy of some sort.
I understand, yes. Well, let's walk and talk. And he like, hey, everybody, get back to preparations. We leave in a few days. Leave them alone. And you see people like trying to grab things and just kind of like run away. Very well, if you may follow me. So this crab. What can I tell you? What can I tell you to assist you with this? There are a number of things that you will need. Now, there is a very specific kind of, and you guys are walking through the tents following Rahil, the priestess of Sornu. There is a special quartz that can be used for remedy. It sounds like your crab may have some kind of disease. They are of older age, if they are of the size of carrying people, and if they
This
are
one was
having
beyond that
difficulty-
size.
Oh, really?
It was pretty massive.
It must be ancient. So what you have described to me is what I would call sickness of confinedness. Crabs, oasis crabs need to travel very often, and those in captivity do not do very well. So there is a special kind of quartz that you will need to collect. It is a quartz of rejuvenation. Now, it is like a white quartz, but when you put it up to the sunlight, it sheens a silvery blue, a very rare mineral. And the description, Vagari, indicates to you this is something the Eldridge family mines. There's a warehouse that they have that you would likely find these sort of things.
Okay, so let's say we get this quartz. Is that it, or?
No. There are other ingredients. You will need lotuses, a specific flower. They are not typically of this land. They are only found in the distant land of Sainchi. However, the Wadi Island in Muzbarak honors one of the fighters from Sainchi, and so they have a memorial that has this lotus that you may be able to collect. It is of a purple hue. So if you make your way to the Wadi Island, you may be able to collect these. Finally, there is a sort of there is a kelp, seagrass, that grows in the Nar. You must dive in, collect the freshest amounts that you can get. The more the better. These three ingredients crushed together and created into a mixture must be fed to the crab as it is excreting the vial. The acid from the vial will allow it to metabolize it more easily and digest it. This will make the potion more effective. The highest amounts that you can get for each of the three ingredients will bring the crab back to health. Now the molting, that is the difficult part. You need to assist with this. I suggest you grab something very strong, get a lot of people together, and get to work. If the molting starts and it does not end in a time frame for the crab to free itself, the body has a way of collapsing in on itself.
This seems like a tall order.
I'll say we got to get all this in 24 hours.
We may need to split up.
The luck is that every ingredient is here in Muzbarak.
Yes, well, I think perhaps splitting up might make this the quickest. It seems the Eldritch family, if they mine the quartz, maybe some of us could go speak with them and see if maybe they'll let us purchase some or do a trade. And then maybe one of us could go to the memorial and then the Nar.
Yeah, I mean, sounds way better than I was thinking. I was thinking we were just going to steal everything.
This is also what I was thinking.
Now, there is one more ingredient that might make this a bit easier, but it is a little more difficult to come across. Crabs. The desert crab releases what is known as spice. It is a hallucinogenic compound.
Oh, like
This
the
has
mushrooms.
Many uses. Could be like mushrooms, I guess. Now, spice is high in demand, and it is highly regulated. Some storefronts, they sell incense. You could go into the market, look for a store that sells incense, and they may or may not be able to sell you spice.
I
This
wonder
is not
if that is the
ne-
reason why they have the crab in the first place.
It is very possible. This is not necessary, but it does make the cure more effective.
Well, there's 4 of us. We have 4 tasks. Would it make sense for all of us to split up and maybe meet in a couple of hours?
The only thing I worry about the 4 of us going separately is we still have people who are looking for us potentially. And so
Do I know like what one of these locations is closest to the Nar? Because I feel like in order to go to the Nar, you probably have to go outside the city a little bit.
So the city actually encompasses part of, like, the river goes through the city. The city is built around the river on both sides. The majority of the city is on the western side. Then in the river, and the Nar is very wide at certain parts. Like at its widest point, it's like 1.7 miles wide. And at its narrowest part, it's like maybe 300 meters, which is what, 900 feet?
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of the dimensions of the Nar. The city is mostly on the western side, but the eastern side has primarily like the military complex. There are some shops and like some living quarters and stuff, but primarily on the eastern side, there's military stuff. And then in the middle of the Nar, there is, at least at this height of the Nar, there's many islands, but there is one particular island that was built and repurposed as a monument to the fallen riders of Muzbarak during the War of Fracture. This is the Wadi Island.
Well, perhaps Sabir and I can go get kelp from the Nar and go get incense and spice from the market, and then Hazel and Shun could go get quartz and go to the memorial for the Lotus. Does that sound good?
sure.
That works for me. But please, be safe, you two.
Yes, if things get dicey. Should we have a plan? A rendezvous?
How about in... I don't know how long it's going to take to get all this stuff. We could say maybe in, I don't know, 5 hours we can meet back at the gate of the estate. The guards are, of course, familiar with us at this point, thanks to Shun's clever pet shop regime. So we can meet there in 5 hours. If something goes awry, we have use of ascendings still, so
We also
in
still
case
have
of
the
an emergency.
mushrooms.
And the mushrooms.
You also have the Burkitosh gave you some stuff to kind of move through the city a little more carefully. One of them is a potion of Sky's Self that lasts for quite a while.
Do we make a plan about when to consume the mushrooms so we make the most amount of the time and are able to talk? If we need it.
If we say 5 hours, then maybe the 2.5.
Okay. Just to check in.
And
I think that sounds good.
if you guys are ever lost, please use the orb. It'll point you in the right direction.
Okay.
Marco, do we need
as
to
you guys are having
roll
this-
for the mushrooms?
Sorry, go ahead, Hazel.
I said, do we need to roll for the mushrooms?
Yeah. One of you has to make a survival check to see how many hours you get.
Does anybody specifically want to do that?
Does anybody have the highest?
I have a 5.
I have a 4, so yeah, Sabir's higher.
Watch as this is an 8 plus 5.
13.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Yeah.
25?
Yes, 25.
I believe that'll give
Yay.
you 24 hours of mushrooms.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
24 hours total, not
Oh,
24 hours
yeah.
each.
We got 8
Just pull 'em.
hours.
Just pull them out of the bag like,
Hey, little guys, remember us?
just burning alive in the sun.
You were given
6 hours.
they gave you actual mushrooms. The myconids were put back away and they're safe. They gave you actual mushrooms.
We're just eating them.
They were.
One of us.
All right,
The
so
screams
you
make it taste better.
you choose when you want to use it, but you each have 6 hours,
Cool.
right? 24 divided by 4.
Correct.
6. Yeah.
Cha.
I know my multiplication tables.
We
Yeah.
know that we have 6 hours.
Yes.
Okay. Well, since we have so much of this stuff, we might as well just take it now.
Sure.
I agree.
You consume the mushrooms, and as you are finishing these preparations and all that, you make it to a tent. It's a smaller tent, kind of, by comparison to most of the other tents. And you see Rahel, Rahel. She opens the tent and says, "Please, come in, those who are interested in the scavenger.
Oh, yes.
And your friends as well."
Please, if you guys would like to join me.
I'm certainly not letting you go in that tent by yourself.
This one is not, well, she's not my type. But the god is.
And
Does the tent look sketchy?
It looks a little older. There's a lot of religious iconography that is kind of hanging on the front side of the tent. But it doesn't look like sketchy necessarily. It looks like a traveler's tent.
Okay.
What
Well,
is the worst that could happen? Me
How
get
sexy does
sacrificed?
it look?
How what?
Yes, I'd say that's probably one of the worst.
It's not like there's a giant ritual dagger.
and she's just like holding it up.
So you all go inside?
I do.
Sure.
You come inside, and she has there's like
Crazy.
rugs and cushions set around a sort of pot set in the middle of the tent. She goes and she sits by her side, and she sits down, indicates for you all to sit down. So, you are interested in the Great Vulture, is that correct?
Yes, I have, in the Great Vulture.
The Great Scavenger, Sobnu, the god of death, the vulture.
Does he always appear as a vulture?
And generally, and she kind of like squints a little bit at you. What have you seen him as?
He identified himself to me when he was a crocodile.
Her eyes go wide, and she like kind of leans back a little bit. And Musafir just kind of stepped in, and he's like just standing by the entrance, closing the tent behind him. And he just kind of like from arms crossed, he just puts his hands down. You have seen the crocodile.
Yes. Well, I thought it was dreams, and then they just sort of happened, and maybe like a mirage. Maybe I was just overheated, but either way, the reason why I'm interested is, a crocodile is talking to me, and I would like to know why.
And she makes eye contact with Musafir, and then kind of leans in a little more. What color was the crocodile?
That part I do not remember, GM.
White.
White. Yes.
He appears as a white crocodile with red eyes. Albino crocodile.
It
I
was.
still have some of the crocodile pelt. Can I pull some out?
That's the one that you killed.
Wasn't
2
that
years
the one
ago,
that?
a year
Isn't
ago?
that the one that you were talking about, or is this a different one?
No.
Okay,
No.
never mind then.
That's the one that
Just
almost
kidding.
ate my ass, though.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Sabnu
Not to bring up
loves me in
traumatic
different
times.
ways. It was albino, missing in color, not like other crocodiles. It was white with red eyes.
She kind of looks a little more severe. You are one of the chosen.
Excuse me.
She looks confused and equal amounts concerned and sort of like envious and like scared. Subnu has looked upon you with favor. Okay. It is very important. You are on a journey that I cannot help you with. At least, not the majority. But your first steps I can assist you with. And she kind of gets excited and she like stands up and goes to the back, and there's sacks in the back, and she starts to like grab a bunch of stuff, grabs a pot, mixes some things in, and she comes back to the tea and sets the pot down on, like, starts a little fire. She like magically just like sets a fire ablaze and starts to stir all the ingredients, and then she moves the teapot off to the side. You see, the scavenger is those who protect us in death, and he observes us and judges us in life. She prepares the tea. Take this, but do not drink yet. And she hands it to you.
I take it.
Now these are
But
your...
why do you see a vulture?
Subnu has many forms. The one that most people know is the vulture, the scavenger. Upon someone's first expiration, the great vulture comes down and takes them to the rivers of life, where the crocodile appears to them and judges them. You are one of the chosen. The role you have specifically, I do not know yet. That will be for you to discover at the Temple of Subnu. Have you experienced anything that you cannot explain?
Mainly the visions.
Visions of what?
And I can see the ones who have passed that are closest to me.
Oh, he has the sight. And Musafir is just kind of like standing there, and he's like dumbfounded. Anything else?
I sometimes see him. But you know this. I can command them.
the dead.
Yes. And I can make them appear. If I wish to.
I just kind of, I'll hold out my hand and I'll bring one of the villagers in to have a seat with me.
This is Sarah.
And she like almost falls back, puts her arm down, and Musafir like instinctively goes for his sword, but then just kind of like
Oh no.
stops. Like he just like
She will not harm.
yeah.
She was a dear friend, and you will not bring your weapons towards her.
He just reached for it. He didn't pull it out. He just kind of like instinctively like.
We
Look.
know the battle stance, okay?
This is not. He kind of relaxes his stance a little bit.
Yep.
Think. What does this mean? He asked Rahil, and she goes, I don't know. You must begin your journey. Okay.
And I'll say,
Thank you.
and I'll dismiss the being.
She like starts to kind of try to like you can tell that she's like having a really hard time focusing. The first steps of the scavenger are a difficult one. Well, the easiest of the path, but you are walking down a road that I am not familiar with, and I don't know what holds you at the temple once you make it to the Oasis of 1,000 Lanterns. Now, each of you, all of you, I don't have everything that I need for this rite, but we can make do for the beginning. Each of you, please confess something that you love, something that you fear, something that you covet, and something that you believe. Proclaim it.
We all have to do all of them?
All of you have to do all 4.
Okay.
I need 16 spaces to fill.
16.
Why from us?
Your destinies are intertwined, or at the very least, your journeys are intertwined. The one who walks the path of Sobnu does not always walk it alone. The connection, the closeness of the connection is not something that I must know. Something that will not be revealed to me. And it may not be necessary. If it is, it will make this path for him much easier as his companions, even if you are just a companion for a short time or for a lifetime. If you are not intertwined, then nothing happens. And but you must be earnest. Deceit could make his destiny much worse than death.
Do we all go in a circle? Or do we list all of them to you?
Say them to me as they come to you. Whatever you feel is natural. Do not think too hard.
And then take the drink. Or take the drink and then say it.
You take the drink at the end.
Okay.
And only you must drink the tea. Although if the rest of you want to drink the tea, you are welcome to. And she puts down some cups. I would encourage you to.
I will go ahead and pour little shot glasses.
It does not smell very good.
Shot.
With all due respect, I think I'll pass on the tea.
That is your decision to make.
Okay. That is fine, sister.
And I'll pour Vagari's back in, and
Well, I love my family, Vagari, my mother, my father, and the villagers, and even Sean and Hazel. I love the ones who are close to me.
Before
I fear.
Before we move on to fear, I must get the love from everyone first. And as you speak this, as you speak, my friends, my family, Shun, Hazel, the villagers that I grew up with, my sister, you see that the fire becomes a little more animated, as if there's a wind blowing through, but not very much. Almost indiscernible, but it is there.
Well, I'd have to say that I love my new sisters, of course, even the one that hasn't been born yet, but more than anything, I think I love my mother and father because of all the things they've sacrificed for me to be where I am now.
Very well.
I love my Kaya Druid community.
When you say that, the fire moves, but it kind of like embers start to kind of like jolt out a little bit. Just little pieces of ash start to jolt out, just a tiny bit. There is conflict there. And you?
I love my adopted family. It's my brother. It's my wife. Child I would have had. The life I would have had.
At that, the fires kind of like they spark greater and then they diminish slightly and then they kind of level back out to where they were. I see. Now, the fear.
I fear not being strong enough.
Strong enough to what?
To destroy the one that destroyed my life. I fear not being able to kill the pirate.
The fires start to grow from like a regular sort of yellow orange ember to like a deep blood orange.
I'd have to say that I fear that no matter how hard we try or how strong I've gotten, that we won't be able to really help my family and that we'll have to go separate ways forever.
I fear that my mom is going to die before I get home.
I fear that I will not be recognized and that I am losing myself.
With these three, the flames turn even a brighter, sort of deeper orange. What do you covet?
Sabir.
Do you say Sabir, or you're telling Sabir to go?
I say Sabir.
You covet Sabir?
Oh.
The flame grows larger.
I covet the trust that we all have. To be a shield bearer for any of your backs. To watch all of you. I covet trust.
Do you not have the trust of them?
I do, and that is what I covet.
Wait, maybe I'm forgetting what the word covet means. Yearn, to possess or have. Okay. So it's something that you don't have, that you want.
yearn to possess
Or have.
or
yeah.
have.
Something that you don't have. Something that you like deeply, deeply want.
Ooh, Shun, you trying to tell Sabir something?
I'm leaving part of it out.
Yeah, he is.
Ew, no.
Something that I yearn.
It doesn't have to be in order. It can be anybody. You don't have to wait for Zabir to go.
Yeah.
I would say a family and children of my own.
Acceptance.
At acceptance, the flames grow even harsher, and the kettle that's over the fire starts to steam like far harder.
To see my mother again.
And finally, something each of you believes. A belief that you have.
I believe that becoming a wildfire druid was not a mistake.
The flame grows brighter and redder.
Well, having been in the arena for so many years, I worry sometimes that all those people we've injured and even killed has kind of set karma against our favor, but I believe that despite that, we'll eventually come through to the other side and everything will work out.
I believe that I am cursed.
Fire grows brighter, and the tea kettle starts to kind of like give off a soft whistle.
I do believe that this was an accident, and I should not be here.
As you finish giving your confessions, the flame gets brighter, the whistling of the tea kettle gets harsher, and then the flame goes out with no indication. Now, drink your teas.
Skull.
As they're drinking, can I just like observe to see if anything happens or like their reactions to the tea?
Nothing happens. To Shun and Hazel in particular, nothing happens. Subhir, make a wisdom saving throw.
In another wisdom save. That's gonna be a wait. That's gonna be a hard 6, my dude.
6.
You roll,
All right.
you roll a 4.
What? No. Why?
I was guessing 4.
Oh, I rolled I rolled a 2. But my plus is a 4.
Sabir, you briefly lose consciousness. You kind of like almost hit the ground, but you kind of come back, and you get just a brief glimpse of like you're treading water, and there's a white crocodile circling you, and overhead you see a vulture going in the opposite direction as the crocodile. You get that vision just very, very briefly, and you come back. The journey has begun. You do not need to be at the Temple of Sobnu immediately, but I beseech you, do not postpone your attendance to the Oasis of 1,000 Lanterns. More will be revealed there.
It is a journey I shall make.
Now, you all have very important things to do. You have much ahead. Blessings be upon you.
Thank you, Rahil.
As you make your way out of the tents and pass the Ishkatari to go back towards the city and enter the western gates, the two guards that were initially at the western gate, with a few that were at the box, have turned into 12 guards. And they are all waiting for you.
We are still on our steeds.
You are still on your... Well, to my knowledge, you're on your steeds, unless you put them all away.
I would like to still be on mine.
Anybody else?
Sure, I'll still be on mine.
Why not?
Same.
The guards... Go ahead.
So we've left, and we're going. This is back at the house of the.
No. So you, in order to get to the nomads, you have to leave the city gate. They make camp outside of the city walls. So it just so happens that the Cabana Estate is adjoined to the city wall. So you guys were able to sneak through a crevice in the wall to get into the estate. Then you left the estate normally, and then you once again left the city walls to get to the Ishkatari camping area. You guys are making your way back into the city.
Okay.
And where there were 2 guards and a bunch of people seeing like you on these ethereal glowing creatures, and Vagari atop a Shetland pony centaur leprechaun.
Yes.
That crazy, ridiculous description. There are now 12 guards here, fully armed and blocking the way. One of them steps forward. You can see, presumably, the captain. He's a little more adorned. He has some ranks on him. Pulls open a scroll. On the order of Sultan Saif and the 12 families of Musbarak, Vagari the Fearless Runner, Sabhir Solus, and your compatriots are under arrest for sedition, betrayal, high treason, and escape. Please turn yourselves in. Do not make this difficult. You will be brought to court, where your fate will be decided. Interested parties include the Elam, the Eldwitch, and the Kebon Estate.
This is not good.
No.
If you would please join us.
Using the mushrooms, I want to ask them what the plan is. So, like, telepathically.
Everybody make a history check, or history, insight, or persuade, or perception, whichever one you guys want.
Yeah.
That is
That
12.
is an 8.
12 for what?
12 for perception.
Perception. There's
20
12 guards
21
here on the
for
ground.
history.
You're gonna do the one for history? Okay. So 12 perception. There's 12 guys here on the ground. You notice that there's a couple more that are on the walls that are looking down at you all. Uh, 8 for, what was yours, Hazel?
Perception.
You notice basically the same thing. Shun, what was yours?
21.
For history?
Mhm.
Okay. 21 for history. Without going too far into it, you know a lot about the stories, specifically about the Winged Riders as well. But you know that Sultan Saif was basically the guy who kind of ended the War of Fracture. He was kind of like one of the head dogs. There were 2 main people. He was like probably the top one. and you know that he leads one of the Bronze Legion, which is an incredibly powerful fighting force, the fighting force of Muzbarak. And this is their home. So fighting is not going to be a good idea. There's a lot more detail that you know, but to keep things succinct, basically it's like, better be careful. And these guys know what the hell they're doing. Severe, what did you roll?
9 on insight.
9 on insight. The guy is not worried. He's kind of expecting you guys to just roll over and take the manacles on, and just like yeah, if they try something, like, we're gonna kill them, and like maybe bring their carcasses back to those people. They don't have a very high regard for you guys.
With the mushrooms, I'm just gonna be like, I don't understand. I thought that we had an agreement with healing this stupid ass crab.
Should we use the leverage of knowing how to heal this crab to try and buy us a little bit of time? I don't know if it's gonna work, but
I mean, we can try. I mean, with what Raheel was saying, this is an ancestral crab. It seems to hold some significance.
yeah.
The fact that Kaban was also stated in the document, it feels like we were sold out.
They said that they had to save face. We are a bunch of nobodies. The fact that we were seen does not matter. All I know is that we should not fight.
What, and be let in? To wherever they keep us.
I do not like it as much as you do, believe me. I'm telling you. We are like lambs to the slaughter.
Well, we can try one persuasion, and if they don't bite, I guess we don't really have a choice then.
It is worth a shot. We are not being aggressive. We are just stating a fact. That we are doing a favor with our 24-hour reprieve.
They're gonna arrest us either way, so we might as well try to persuade them to let us go and heal this crab, and maybe that'll get us, even if we say maybe that we do that first and then they can arrest us, maybe that'll get us a few brownie points somewhere.
What if we were to use the word of Kalaim?
That is what I was thinking, but if I remember correctly, they are not on the best of terms. Not to mention that we are here, and he is there.
True.
So, let us give our one shot, and we go from there.
I'm gonna get off of the centaur and kind of snap my finger, and once I snap my finger, the centaur kind of like fizzles away. I'm kind of doing this as a way of showing like I'm not planning on running away from you. No, we're not gonna run, we're not gonna fight. I just think it's worth noting that we have been on a quest to heal the ancestral crab of the Caban family, and we have found a cure, but given the nature of his illness and the severity of the situation, we need to get the cure to him today. If you arrest us and put us to trial, that's going to basically impact our success rate, and this crab is probably not going to live to see tomorrow. So, is there any way that we can at least postpone this, because that crab seems to have some pretty significant weight to the Caban and to probably the entire city?
Make a persuasion check.
19! I hope that's high enough.
The Caban have stated the importance of your mission to their Oasis Crab and their operations and the mission of Sultan Saif. This is the reason we are arresting you and not killing you on sight. The Kaban have requested negotiations with the Eldritch and the Alam. You are to be present for these negotiations, upon which your fate will be decided. And they are weighing your mission for the crab for this. But we must take you into custody regardless.
I just mushroom teleport to the others. Well, as long as we have the cure to the crab, I don't see them doing much to us, at least for the short term. Maybe we can think of a plan later.
Yes, regroup and plan. But you know, it would have been really helpful if they would have just started with that. Anyway.
At least they are negotiating for us. So, we might be arrested, but not fully arrested.
It is more likely that they are negotiating for harboring criminals. But you know. We can only hope, right, Vagari?
Well, hope in Alkut is slim, but we can keep it alive. And I put my hands out, I guess.
They approach and start to arrest you.
I have my own.
That will not do. You use ours. They put their own around you. Hazel?
I'll go willingly, but, you know.
Severe?
I step. No, I get off. I get off the wildebeest and I offer my paws.
They put manacles and shackles on you all, and start to. They put you in a carriage, in a wagon, start taking you through the city. You make your way through the city streets of Muzbarak until you come across Sabir and Vagari, across a familiar sight, the Al-Majid Arena.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, God. What wonderful times there.
The images of the fighting bull and lion, the statues that encompass the entrance to the arena, greet you as you are taken not to the gladiatorial entrance, not to the main entrance, but off to the royal entrance. You are unloaded from the wagon and walked through a large pathway, huge hall with columns on either side and statues in between each column depicting images of great warriors and gladiators. Iconography of each of the 12 noble families are behind the columns on the walls, and religious iconography is in between. You follow up these grand steps, about 30 feet wide, until you make it to the sort of middle tier of the arena seats. You are brought to essentially what is a box, like a stadium box, and there you see the members of the Kaban and the members of the Alam. The Eldritch are not present. And you see the Alam are like angry and like shouting something at the Kaban, and they're just, the Kaban are kind of like chilling, not really engaged with them. Ha! There they are. Our escapees. Looking for them for a year. I told you, we are on a mission for us, and the Sultan's needs are greater than your petty qualms. This is an insult. An insult to one of the 12 families in Mosbarak, and you are treasonous for holding them. Well, as we negotiated, we'll let them decide their own fates. You guys make your way in. Kaid Nasir of the Kaban turns to you. It would seem that you all had some more surprises that we were not aware of. And your abilities with animals goes beyond that of the natural world. You drew a lot of attention the second you left our estate. Word got around immediately. And now we are in a difficult situation. Sibir, you're going to say something?
You did give us 24 hours. We were trying to get to the place we needed as fast as possible.
We gave you 24 hours for us to not turn you in. Not that you had the Keban protection. Anonymity and discretion was still your responsibility.
Well, we figured out how to cure the crab, so we just need to get the supplies, and then we'll be able to get the job done.
So, nothing has changed. Because before you left, you said that you would be able to cure the crab. And you're telling me that now you know how to cure the crab, which means that before you did not?
We knew how to cure the crab, but we needed to do some insight research into the specific order in which the ingredients are mixed, what ingredients to get, the quality, the color. There's a lot that goes into it. We were doing our part to make sure that we were going to be doing everything perfectly because, frankly, we have one shot.
Well, while that is very much appreciated, unfortunately this is now in the public eye, and the needs of my family are not at the height of the priority. The fact that this has become a public affair puts our needs behind. But the Alam have been so gracious, and they sneer back at him. We have come to what I believe is the best solution. Your fates of you two, Vagari and Sabir, will be decided in trial by combat. Vagari, you are primarily the one that the Alam are interested in retrieving. The decision is yours. You will fight as a free fighter, not a skill master of the Alam, not as a skill master or a representative of the Keban. You fight for yourself against the champion selected by the Alam. And you may choose to fight alone or as a pair with one of your allies. And he turns back to the Alam. Qaid, would you like to present your champion? With pleasure. And he gives you kind of like a stink look, and just allow me to present the champion of the Alam. And from behind a curtain, you see the familiar face of a lizard folk.
No!
Gray lizard folk with the frills.
He's champion!
Running away from Shalhil to go straight back to the slaughter like a little lamb. I will rend your flesh from your bones.
Yes, talk is cheap. So, what are the conditions if we win or lose?
Should you win, Nasir continues, your freedom will be granted to you, and the kingdom of Al-Kut, the seat of the throne, of Sultan Saif and the 12 noble families of Musbarak will recognize you as a free citizen and a member of the Galavanteirs.
And if we lose?
And Koya Delam steps up. And you return to my service where you properly belong. Except your family will be sold back to the Eldritch, and you and all will be right with the world.
Because wording matters when you're making a deal. What about Sabir? You've only spoken about Vagari.
Sabir will suffer the same fate. Although I have no use for the medic. Probably back to healing people. Not much of a fighter, that one.
I just grasp my axe. Sabir, they said any of us can go into the arena and fight, but at this point, do you want to defend your own name? Or do we want to come up with strategy? I think it's really up to you at this point.
Well, I would love to be by your side. It is you who is fighting. I could care less for my name. Solus was a joke. But if you would have me, I will protect your back.
I'd say, given our history of fighting with each other and given the nature of the situation, I think that we should seal our own fates here. Will Shun and Hazel be free to leave after all of this is over and we comply?
They will stay as spectators for now. The negotiation about them have not yet concluded, but they are not a direct directly affecting the noble status and the public eye's opinion. So it is very likely that they will be free to go without any issues. Accomplices will be hanged for their assistance in the escape of property of the Elam.
Okay, one of you says that they will be free to go most likely. The other says they're going to be hung.
As I mentioned, the negotiations are yet to be decided, but the half-orc pugilist that you have left with us has made a very important case that the service of the Order of the Broken Horizons is not something that we have to take lightly. And I doubt that, and he looks to the Elam, that Sultan Saif would take an international incident very seriously or lightly. And he just kind of like, the Qa'ad Elam is slightly taller, Fire Ganassi, and he kind of like looks down and sneers at him.
If I may, they did not help at all in the escape.
Be that as it may, along with them you have infiltrated the city, scurried around like rats, and they have been with you the entire way. I have it on good authority that they were with you in Shalhil as well. And Ruik kind of just gives you guys a grin. So, especially that one, and points to Shun. But that which I've been informed is of high value to a work friend of mine, a colleague.
Is that Ruik?
Yes.
And in Mushroom,
I guess it confirms everything.
Since our lives are also on the line, I would like to ask one stipulation. When these two win, All else the same.
They all laugh. Except the Kaban don't, but the Alam and Ruik all laugh at that.
All else the same. I would like 1 hour to ask Ruik a few questions.
when the fearless runner and Solus win. Very well. If they win, you may spend whatever amount of time you have to. I'll tell you what. When they lose, you may be able to speak with Ruik for as long as you like, regardless of the outcome.
Agreed?
Excellent. Then we are in agreement. So, the Fearless Runner and Solus will be fighting together. I believe that stipulates that you get a choice in a partner as well. Is that alright, Rook? Indeed, it is. And I have just a man. And, Yusuf, and you see this towering hobgoblin with a full beard and a man bun, giant, huge chest with a, serrated greatsword on his back. I am here. We do battle. We do battle. With them. Them. Fun. And he just turns and starts to leave. You may prepare yourselves. And the Alam and Ruik starts to walk away. The Kaban turn to you. Nasir. Aniya's quiet. She's there. She is tight-lipped. The Kyle is just zip-lipped. She's serious and very severe and she's very relaxed. She's got her arms in front of her and her eyes just dart from person to person. And you can see her shoulders moving just ever so slightly, almost like a lion about to pounce. And she's just quietly darting her eyes around. Sean, Hazel, if you would please join us at the box seats. Vagari ends up here. You may go down and prepare yourselves for the battle.
I do have their equipment. In order to properly prepare, I would like to give it to them if that is possible.
Certainly, yes. You may join them down as well. Just be sure to come up. We have very limited freedoms given the situation. Please do not abuse this trust. Go down, assist them. Hazel, if you want to join them as well. But please come up as soon as they are prepared for battle, okay?
Understood.
And they move off to their side, to their box end.
Are you okay? Both of you?
I would say that none of us in this situation are okay.
We do get to face Ruik.
That's true. It's not like we haven't fought him before.
Yeah. I wonder if his weapons will be poisoned again.
I would probably assume so. Which is why you are going to need this, and I will take out the potion of, giant strength, and give it to Vagari. Make sure that you have that. Sabir, I know you have your new shiny toy, but your old one is still here.
My short sword.
It's up to you. I'm just carrying the stuff. I'm the bagman now.
True. In that case,
I will also hand off. Are they allowed to have items?
That has not been established.
Just
As far
in
as you
case.
know, as far as you've seen, they have a bunch of equipment.
So just in case, potion of healing and scroll of protection.
Gotcha. Here, let me add that scroll of healing. Nope. Potion
Scroll
of
of
healing.
protection.
Got it.
I'll hand them if they can use. I don't know if they can use stuff, but if they can, I will give them my dust of disappearance so that they can have that if needed. And then I'll just warn them to be careful because it's every creature within 10 feet of you becomes invisible. So use it wisely.
I appreciate all of this. And it is going to be very weird stepping onto the sands again.
Okay, one last thing, and I run up and I give both Sabir and Vagari hugs.
Wait for me!
Come here.
Yeah, remember,
I
I'm
never
little,
thought
don't
that-
squish me!
I never thought that we'd see Shun being the one to initiate this.
Yeah. Just, Sabir, you owe me a pear stick. Vagari, sister, you get it. Fight hard. I need to talk to Ruik.
May I go ahead and take the potion?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I allowed to be enraged because we're in this situation, or do I have to wait until we're in combat?
If you go 6 seconds without being enraged, you lose the rage.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So yeah, you could use a rage right now if you want. Your choice.
No thanks, I wait. Alright, well, no better time than now.
Okay.
Good luck. And I'll go
Um,
back up to the box or wherever they wanted me to go originally.
All right.
Oh,
Because I hate.
You're welcome to misbehave.
No! I love Vagari and Sabir too much to misbehave. I would only misbehave in a situation where I thought I was defending them or helping them. Unfortunately, in this situation, I think I would be doing them a disservice.
You guys make your way back up to the boxes. Vagarians up here, you sit waiting in the preparation area. It's just the two of you for now. The scene is yours.
are you taking the big guy?
Judging by the size of him, I think he'll be difficult to take down, so I think, yes, I'll probably go for him first. Try to stay close and try to avoid Ruik's blades if you can.
I will try. And if there is a way... forget it.
No, what is it?
I just need... If I don't survive, at least take the win.
Sabir, chances are if you're not surviving, I'm not either. You're stronger than you think you are. We're not 13 anymore, and this isn't our first arena fight. I think
I know.
you need to
I know.
recognize you've grown a lot.
So have you, though. But in combat prowess, you will always take the gold.
Well, this time we'll share the gold together. But we gotta make it to the other side, so let's get this over with. Time is not on our side, unfortunately, and I would like to either secure our freedom or have our fate sealed sooner rather than later.
Yeah. But Ruik gets the bronze. Let's just...
Ruik
Silver's
doesn't
out
even
of the
get that.
window.
I don't know who they've been recruiting for these gladiatorial arenas, but you saw how hard they were negotiating for us to go back to them. They're clearly in trouble.
Yeah. He's the champion, please. He was on the docket to go originally here, but sucks to suck, I guess.
Guess, just remember who we're fighting, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah. Oh, remember, he does spit acid.
Yes, unfortunately I can't really throw this very far, and I, have my great axe out. I mean, I could, but, it wouldn't really be effective, so I think, if anything, I'm gonna have to probably get close to him when the time comes.
What about those axes you had?
I do have a couple, but, we'll see how it goes. I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Well,
Nice. If you want
stay close
more.
to me at the beginning.
I try to stay close to me the whole time.
Yes. Back to back.
Exactly. And I start to lead the way out to the arena.
Okay. As you both start walking out, there's a few guards that are lined up. And be like, points to Superior. Your entrance is this way, and everybody enters at different doors. We have made a special arrangement for this fight. The arena has been adjusted.
All right.
So, Vagari, you get to this entrance, this room. It closes around you. Sabir, you are being led by the other guard, and as you kind of round the corner, you see Yusuf round the corner with another guard himself, and you guys kind of cross, and he just kind of puny cat cutie, and he goes to a room of his own, and you go into a room of your own. And now, if you would like to bring out roll 20, you hear an announcer voice, a familiar one, from the Anwar Arena.
Let's
Anwar
get ready
Coliseum.
to rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen! And you see, you start to hear a crowd go wild. Tonight, it's fight night at the Al Majid Arena.
Of course they would monopolize on this.
Wait, why can't you...
Ew, he looks uggo.
You're about to make him uglier, so.
Yay.
Well, let's hope you do.
About to make him dead.
Alright, cool. That looks way cooler. Why? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Ladies and...
Look, I grew because I have Hill Giant strength. Now I'm encroaching on Marco's territory. Never mind.
welcome tonight
Get out of here.
to the Al Majid Arena, where we've got a battle of the giants. The Fearless Runner and Solus, everybody, versus Ruik and the champion, Yusuf. And then everybody, even louder, they just go wild.
You suck!
Champion.
Now, you've noticed that on the battlefield, we've made special arrangements for everyone tonight. We've got goodies hidden in chests among the battlefields. Open them. There might be a reward. There might not. We have spikes set up on the field of battle, ready to be used at any point in time should anyone choose to impale their opponents. And the rot at the bottom of the field, oh, pay that no mind. That'll be fine as long as you don't step in it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and all mortal kind, Roll for initiative. He doesn't say that. I
Question.
do. Yes.
So, like, these ledges here, are these, like, actual ledges?
Yes.
Like, is this, like, a cliff, basically?
Yes.
Shit.
Would I be able to, before rolling initiative, after, like, seeing this, take my potion of climbing?
No.
All right, then.
Okay, so 25 to 20. Okay, 15 to 20. I'll have just in case, we'll have Shun and Hazel also roll for initiative.
Just in case.
Marco's already like, well, this isn't off to a good start.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
Thought I was supposed to behave.
well, you
Sit
are.
down there. They told me to sit there in a box.
You
I'm
are.
scared.
The
All right, so with that in mind,
box.
16.
Scared.
all right, so 15 to 20. Anybody before
16.
16? Okay, 1 second. So this is
Guys, I have a +5 to initiative now,
Dang.
Disgusting.
right?
fucking swashbucklers are probably my
More
favorite.
like swashfuckler.
Oh, yeah. That's a bar?
You tell stories.
Okay, that you said 16, Shun?
Yup.
Okay. 10 to 15.
Guys,
You guys,
what the fuck?
bro.
You're telling me.
Okay. 5 to 10.
Yay, that's me.
That's me.
That's me.
Yay.
7.
6.
9.
Oh boy.
Before they get started, can I use my mushrooms to tell Vagari to be a spider and climb really well? Be a spider. A spider.
You can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
You are a spider. You are a spider.
Well, I do have this this climbing potion that might come in handy, but we'll see how things go, I guess.
I do have an important question.
Hit
Where's
me.
Chief?
Chief is. Do you have Chief with you?
Yeah.
Vagari? Yeah. All right. Chief is with Vagari.
Oh, okay. Good job, Chief. Get out there.
Okay.
Give her spider abilities.
Chief just munching on a little mushroom.
Very first turn,
Ah!
Ruik is going to take his action to dash to get to this chest over here. But he can't open it because he used his action to dash. All right. Shun. Observing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yusuf is going to take a step out. He's going to see the chest, laugh at it, and he's going to start making his way to this little, yeah, he's going to make his way to this corner over here. All right. So here, you're up.
Where? Oh, I'm over here. Oh boy.
GM, may I actually make a perception check on the people across the way from us?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to keep eyes on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a perception check. / insight, if you want. Up to you.
Sure. $19?
15?
19.
19. So what you can glean from them is that they look like they're armed. They look like also gladiators, and they are sitting with the alum. You guys are sitting with a Kaban. But they look like gladiators, and they look like they're intently, paying attention to the fight.
I will move there, and I will action dash for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I will meet Ruik in the middle.
Okay, you action dash.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Vagari, you're up.
I'm going to action dash. That's 10, 20, 30. Basically made it here. And then for my bonus action, can I, on second thought, and I, put Chief on the wall so he can climb up to Tiffany or Hazel?
Sure.
I'm on second thought, this might not be a good environment for you.
Come here, quickly. I'll put Chief up on my shoulder so that he can see.
Okay, that works. We go back to the top. Ruik is going to open the chest. Ooh, he rolled a 3. So here, I need you to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
Natural 1.
He also rolled a natural 1.
Jeez.
You both take 6 points of lightning damage as the chest opens and you both just get shocked. Lightning damage.
Damn! Who taught you how to open chest, Ruik, you piece of shit?
What'd I say? 10? 9? That was it. How much damage did I say?
6.
6.
6 points. All right, cool. You! How dare you? They're all booby trapped, and they all have rewards. The chances to roll.
Oh, so you have insider knowledge. I believe that is cheating.
No, it was announced, you dumbass. Pay attention.
You said all of the chests are traps.
Or rewards. Still not paying attention, you fool!
You know, fighting words with you is just useless.
I agree. Show me your steel. All right. Shun anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna ready an action for an Eldritch Blast the minute that those two try to jump in, because I have a feeling. I just have a feeling. And I'm going to whisper to Hazel, I do not think that this is obviously a fair fight, so be prepared for anything.
Okay. Yusuf is... Don't run, scared little girl. Come back. And he's going to close the gap with you. And that's all you can do. That's his action. Sabir, you're up. Or, sorry, Hazel.
I guess I will. I don't know.
You can just pass your turn. It's okay. Nothing's happened.
I'm panicking.
She's
okay.
like popcorn.
I will ready an action to wild shape into
You can just say you're going to use your wild shape. You can tell me what.
but when once the Eldritch Blast goes off, then that'll be like they jump down, and then Matt's Eldritch Blast goes, or excuse me, Shun's, sorry. Then I will ready my action to wild shape.
Okay. Cool. Sabir, now it's your go.
All right, cool thing. I went to go click on something, and now the website is weirding out on me. So just give me a hot second. Cool.
Is this hot enough for you? Is hot enough for you?
Fuck. Okay.
One of these?
Nah, please. We're a family-friendly channel.
Sorry. That's the
Well, maybe
after
family-friendly.
content.
All right. Dope.
Save it for your OnlyFans.
What I will do is I will, not knowing it, I will position myself in front of Ruick, and I will use my action with anger for pretty much everything that I have for this individual so far. I will not knowingly cast Thaumaturgy,
Okay.
Hell yeah.
and then I will use my bonus action to Daunting Roar.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So,
I definitely need to change the music. I was trying something different.
Well, it loaded
wisdom-
the character page.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yes, I believe so.
Is that a 9?
No.
Does a 9 does a 9 pass?
9 does not pass.
What?
You.
He is
So
frightened.
that's dope. I would then like to use my action surge and shove him into the spikes.
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah. Okay.
So I'm just gonna go
So it's a
around the
contested
chest after.
athletics.
Yeah, but he now has disadvantage.
Oh shit.
Bitch.
So I'm going to run around the chest after getting shocked, and just with all like thaumaturgy makes my voice 3 times as loud as I do Daunting Roar to echo throughout the arena, and then I'm just going to shield charge him into the spikes.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely do so. Roll a d10 because he rolled a 6 on his contested.
Roll a d10. Okay.
It's a it's a d10 worth of damage for the spikes.
All right. Where are you? Yes. Hell yeah! 1.
1 point of damage.
1 point of damage.
Bro. It's like a splinter.
Yeah.
You run around and like you just he brings his like starts to bring his frills out, and then just like your roar like makes him recoil and bring it back. And from that, like you see he's got his 2 hands on his sword. He just kind of like holds back his sword a little bit, puts his hand up at the roar, and just like, I didn't, and then you shove him, and like the spike just like he like bounces off of the spike. Gets him, but he not so much damage. Okay. After you, Vagari, you're up.
Is Ruick immobile now?
No, he just took damage.
Okay.
And then I will then. Oh, sorry. And then I'll position myself this way.
Vagari, you're up. What are you doing?
I would like to use my bonus action to rage and my action to open this chest.
Okay. Roll a d10 for me.
That is a 6.
6. You find in there a healing potion. 2d4 plus 4.
Okay. And I am now officially raging. I'm raging Cajun.
You're raging Cajun. All right. That's Vagari. That brings us back to Ruick. Severe, I need you to make a DC 13 con save as Ruick brings his frills open and just, I wanted a piece of your sister, not you. Take out the weakling first, and spits acid at you.
I rolled a 10. I believe I have a +4 or 5, but I also have a +1 on saves.
Oh,
because
can
of
you
my
not
cloak.
see your character sheet? I can tell you.
I am trying to load it on my phone and load it on my character app, but it's
For Constitution saving throws, you have a +7.
Caca!
So you take half of the damage.
Okay.
That is going to be 9 divided by 2 is 4.
Okay.
It gets rounded down. 4 points of poison damage. And you succeeded, so you don't take on the poison condition.
Hell yeah.
And that is Ruik's turn, I believe. So that brings us back to Shun.
Still just prepping.
Okay. Oh, Ruik will call out to the crowd. See how the fearless runner runs away while her pathetic brother comes to fight me. He can't handle anything. He is so weak and small. Shun. In Thieves' Cant, you hear Ruik say, next round, do your thing.
In Thieves' Cant back, I will say, watch how the mighty lion roars as he devours the little lizard. And in Thieves' Cant, he hears, fucking try it.
Oh! Make an intimidation check.
Also, this motherfucker is scared of me right now, so like,
He
really
is
weird.
He is
Really
scared.
weird that
He
he's
says it
boasting.
shakingly. He says it shakingly. It's an attempt to boast. Anybody who rolls like a 2 on insight can see that it's like fake bravado.
17.
17, and he's at disadvantage with his insight on you. Oh, yeah, very effective. Very effective. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. See, now the song is working. Bruh. Okay. Yusuf's turn. Alright. Yusuf is going to... He's going to make 3 melee attacks against you.
Jesus Christ.
He
I'm
gets...
gonna cover Chief's eyes.
You need like 8.
He's going to take his longsword. Ooh. Yeah.
Should
I
I
don't
just
wanna
go
say
ahead
it.
and Stone's Endurance this?
26 to hit on the first one.
This bear shit in the wood. Is Ruik shitting his pants right now?
A little bit. Okay, so that's 26. That's 21 and 15.
All right, cool.
Do they all hit?
So, yes, but I am currently raging, so I have resistance to damage, so keep that in mind.
Okay. He is going to roll.
Should I also just go ahead and, like, call
Wow, I
out
rolled for shit.
Stone's Endurance, or can I wait until I know what I am actually taking?
So, I'm gonna go one at a time, and you tell me which one you want to use Stone's Endurance on. But you have to say it before I go to the next one.
Okay,
So, the first one's gonna be 4 points of slashing damage, half to 2.
I'll take that one.
The next one's gonna be 6 points of slashing damage, half to 3.
I'll take that.
And the last one is going to be 7 points of slashing damage, half to 3 as well,
I'll just take all of them.
because you're raging. All right,
Yeah, okay.
fair enough. He grabs his long sword with one hand and just ha ha ha, and you pulling the potion out. He just like slashes 2 or 3 times like on your shoulder against your back. Fight me, little girl. That is Yusuf's turn. Hazel.
Can I do a perception check on whoever is in charge of the other, basically like noble family that's there?
You want to make a perception check about what?
Basically to just figure out whether they're, I would assume, but I don't know, in with these other, like with the two, and basically just see if they're the ones who are going
So-
to send out the extra.
Fighters?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so
I just wanted to like
insight.
or insight, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, roll an insight check on the alum.
Ugh, 15.
The alum, you can tell that they're not so much planning on doing anything, but they are preparing for any eventuality. So if something happens, they're gonna send other fighters in because they don't trust you guys. Is basically what's going on. They are oblivious to any other plans. It would seem. All right, that's Hazel. Sapir, you're up.
I will go ahead and trying to do this all from memory, man.
What do you have it on your phone? Pull it up on your phone.
I'm trying.
What's happening? Do you not have access to your character sheet on?
No, it's a we rolled a 1 on our authentication check. We're heading into the town to visit the blacksmith. Like, it won't load on my computer. It won't load on my phone. So I'm trying. Just give me a moment.
Yeah.
I will. You know what? Screw it. I'll just roll to attack. I think I have a +6 or something like that.
You have a +5.
+5. Okay. That's a 3. So I miss.
I have an idea. 1 second.
It's not even loading for me.
His character sheet's not loading for you?
No.
Weird.
It's just blank.
I will bonus action cast an echo. And I will say,
I would like you to meet my friends, Rurik. I am not the weak cub you once knew.
Can you see the screen that I'm... Oh my god, it's not appearing, yeah.
yep.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have it pulled up. Like, I have all your guys' sheets pulled up, and luckily I have access to all of it right now. So I can, like, tell you what you got.
Oh, if you have it, then just send it.
I can... Yeah, I just didn't want to spend time taking pictures of it. But I'm gonna send them to you real quick. I'm just gonna take a bunch of pictures real quick.
For those of you who are watching this incredible combat, thank you so much for joining Quest Accepted. We here appreciate you, and if you appreciate us, why don't you go ahead and give us a follow? And you know, if you really, really appreciate us and this incredible, again, story that's being told in Tesla, a homebrew campaign, you could also subscribe. It would support us and help bring you more episodes. Yeah. And if you like coffee, we're sponsored by Gamer Grind Co. Coffee. There's a link in the About section. And if you're watching this on YouTube, why don't you go ahead and give us a like, comment, and subscribe over there.
This takes me back to when we played Boogiemon and you were the influencer.
Oh, I don't have my glasses. Oh, I gotta tap into Bastion Ambrose Sinclair, dudes. Anywho.
You could just be Bastion in the Halloween one-shot.
He is truly a monster, but he kind of grew. You know, maybe. I don't know if it was, like, enough,
be
but...
Slim Shady.
Yes. What if Bastion was just one of the, like, people that came to the theme park?
Please do that. You know what? It would be kind of cosmic justice.
I'm here for it.
Oh, what's up, little fiery dude? Yeah. Steve, what are you doing over on Thursdays?
Thursday, your boy is being Steve of Rivia. That's technically my full legal name for the government. I am Steve of Rivia. Of is middle name. It's weird. Yeah, we're doing a playthrough on Death March. It is the final leg. It is a final leg of the Witcher series, and I am so excited. I can tell it's going to be a tough fight. So I got to armor up. Thank you for the pictures, Marco.
You're welcome. Why
is there one of your feet?
Oh shit! That was meant for you, but for later.
You sent that as a group message? Come on! I thought I was special.
Okay.
do like the alternating colors, though.
Sabir, it's your turn.
I missed on my attack, and then I bonus action. I cast a echo, and I bring a echo behind him.
That is, you can position that wherever you want. I'm going to mark it with that little ninja there.
Yeah. 10 points.
So that's your echo. You can put that wherever you want.
Sweet. Get an army of Sabirs. But yeah, no, that's where I place the echo.
That's where you wanted it. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair enough.
And my turn.
All right, that is Vagari. You're up.
I'm going to, I suppose, run around this guy and out, and as I'm running out, use I'm going to basically start using dash, but I'm going to use a bonus action as I'm running around him to strike him with my great axe as I'm like running. So I'm basically just going to like swing my axe like around and behind myself.
Go for it. Make an attack roll.
Okie doke. That is a 24. Does a 24 hit, Marco?
That's including the
I'm sorry,
hill
don't kill
giant
me.
strength, right? That's including the hill giant strength, right?
Yeah, make sure your strength score is where it should be. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'd love for it to be like a 29.
Does a 37 hit?
A leg.
a 24 does hit. Roll for damage.
I'm such a booty. I'm so sorry. Okay, so then.
Actually.
Uh-oh.
No, it does hit. Yeah, you're good.
I was about to be like, what? So then that is 10 points of damage.
10 points. All right, you run along anime style, bring the axe across his back. Ugh!
Oh my god, after I do that, can I just like keep running with my arms behind me like Naruto and like continue dashing?
You can continue, you can use your whole movement if you want a full dash.
Yeah, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and I'll stand next to Real Severe.
He's going to... Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
So he's taking his attack of opportunity. I need you to make a DC 14 strength saving throw.
Which I have advantage on.
Correct.
Yay! Strength.
Yeah, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 3.
Am I making a saving throw right now?
You are making a saving throw, but he bashed you with his shield.
Okay.
So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
But I need you to also make a strength save.
27, natural 20.
27. You go to turn around, you anime like Naruto run like behind him, bring your axe across his back. He like bashes you like on the shoulder, and you just like spin around and you keep going by Sabir.
Super athletic move.
Okay, that's Vagari. Ruik is he's going to run over here, and he's going to make 2 attacks, one on each of you. All right. Are you fucking kidding me? 8 to hit both of you?
Nope.
Does your Echo get an attack of opportunity?
I could technically.
I get an attack of opportunity because Rio just tried attacking Sabir, and I'm within 5 feet of him.
And you have Sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That
fuck.
is true.
Oh, fuck. Yes!
Surprise!
Get
Make an attack roll.
fucked.
Yay!
Give this shit reckless.
I probably didn't hit this time. So 11.
11 does not hit. He comes to he takes like his two swords out. He comes to like slash down across either of you. But Sabir puts his shield up and you like just take a step back, Naruto style. You bring your axe across as he goes for Sabir. But he also kind of like does a spin and completely evades it. That's his turn.
Did Sabir's Echo do attack of opportunity yet?
That is a 11 as well.
11 will not hit. He's too slithery and slimy. Okay, that is Ruik's turn. Shun's still holding. Yusuf is gonna go. Yeah, he's gonna take his full action to dash to get here. But that's Yusuf's turn. Hazel holding action still. Sabir, your turn.
Oh, perfect. Hey, Ruik, catch.
And I will use my Javelin of Lightning.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a dex save for each of them, right?
Yes. DC 13.
The lowest one that they got is a 13, so they both succeed.
Okay. Or they take half as much. Oh wait, let me roll to hit with the thing.
Yeah.
Does a 24 hit Ruik?
A 24 definitely hits Ruik.
Okay, so Ruik will take. He takes 5 piercing
And then
damage.
Roll 4d6 and half that.
All right.
And then they will both take this damage.
Yes.
So 4d6.
And then 17 divided by 2. So
That's 8.
8 or 9? Yeah. 9 lightning damage. And then I will pick up my my javelin.
Do you want to... You have to move forward to him to pick it up.
Yeah, that's fine. And then I will command my my echo to get right up next to him, and then I will unleash an incarnation, and I will have him attack as well.
Okay.
That does not hit.
Fair enough. All right, so you take the lightning, you say, "Here, catch!" And this bolt of lightning just shoots across. The entire crowd goes, the announcer, "It looks like Solace is back with some new surprises!" And, like, you see, like, the alarm, like, everybody sees the alarm kind of, like, stand up and, like they get angry, and the Cabana are like, "Oh, shit." These guys look like they're, like, getting ready. Vagari, that's your turn.
I am going to dash over Mia, basically stepping onto the chest and then using the momentum from the step up to like jump up and swing my great axe over into Ryuk's face hole.
Ruik.
Yeah, I keep saying dang anime. I can't. I'm so sorry.
Fucking weeb.
Make an attack roll.
Gonna attack his face. Yay! 24.
Yeah, 24 is definitely gonna hit. Roll damage.
Yay! Alright, so then that is please be high. Yes! Okay, so that is a 18 points of damage.
Oh.
Yeah, 18?
Oh.
Yeah, because I rolled an 11, and then I get +2 and +5.
Wait, +2 and +5. Where's the +2 come from?
From my
Holy shit.
rage. Because I get +2 melee damage.
Oh, that's right. And your +5 is because you have a strength of 21 right now. Holy shit.
Oh, well then it actually should be higher because I used Charger.
So, what is the total amount of damage that you're doing?
I rolled an 11, then I have +5 from Charger, +5 from my strength, and +2 for rage. So 23.
Enough.
23 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Oops!
I would like to start a wave.
Jesus.
Chief is like,
You jump up on the chest, and you just both-handed bring the axe down across Ruik's chest. It cuts off one of his frills, is just like sliced on the ground there. He is still standing, but he's like, he is very fucked up right now.
Yay! Screw you, Ruik.
At the end of your turn, you notice the rot that was on the battlefield starts to rise. So now more of the area is covered.
D&D Beyond is back, baby.
Let's go. Thank God.
Now he is at full power.
Thank God.
This
All right.
is what it means to be a Super Saiyan.
You'll die where you stand. Or better, where you get pushed. Where you would fall. Shit, I don't know how good this is gonna be. Contested athletics. He's gonna try to shove you back 5 feet.
Me?
Yeah, you.
And you have advantage.
The die really likes the number 17, so 24.
Oh, yes.
I keep rolling 17s like they're
Yeah.
nothing.
He gets up to try to shove you, and you just like lift one leg, and he like falls over onto the chest. Doesn't even get a chance to shove you. Just kind of kick him in the face a little bit, shove him back. That's Ruik's turn. Shun's still holding.
Look at how the lizard pushes the mountain.
Hazel.
yeah, I'm still just
Okay.
holding my turn.
Oh shit, Yusuf. He moves over here. No, like this. Another contested athletics. That's a 23. Vagari. Contested athletics against you again. I rolled a 23.
Okay, I rolled an 18.
You get shoved back 5 feet. You're on the cusp of falling into the rot, but at the time, you're still okay.
Okay.
Now it's Hazel still holding. Subhir, you're up.
Rook, you should have stayed on the sidelines, like you always did.
And I'll run up on the chest, or on the chest on the thing, and I will jump off, and I will kick him back into the spikes.
Okay.
So a shove.
So contested athletics.
Yes. That is a natural 20 for a 25.
Oh, fuck yeah!
That is a natural 1.
Ah, bitch!
Holy
Start my wave again.
shit.
D10?
D10.
Would it be 2D10 because it was a natural 20?
I
or
like
no?
high five, Chief.
No, this is not a crit.
Then 3.
3 points of damage.
Yeah.
He is looking rough.
Okay.
He's gonna take a step back, like come off of the off of the thing. He's like,
As soon as he does, I'm going to unleash another incarnation and have my ghost creature just like hold the spike that he's on, and then just grab his arm and tear, like pull him down on the spike.
Okay. So another contested athletics, I guess. Okay, I'm trying to figure out mechanically, but holy shit, I'm rolling like absolute crap.
Yay.
Don't worry about it. It was a 6.
no.
Rolled a 5.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, that was cocked. 9. Oh.
Severe.
Uh-huh.
The scene is yours.
All right. So I run up. I jump off the chest that was open, and I'll double kick him into the spikes. As that's happened, like he gets pushed back on the spike that's like right near his like pierces his lung, but on the upper portion of it. And as he starts to try to get out of it, the ghost will just step in front of me, and then just kind of hold him there, and just push him into where it dislodges his heart, and then just stays there.
The
looking.
crowd goes silent for a moment, and then you just hear, so less, 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 and then the crowd just goes fucking bananas. You take a glance at the Alam. They are angry. They are like viscerally like pissed. They like hit one of the gladiators that's there, and these two jump down into the arena. Eldritch Blast is going off against which one? Against who?
I'm gonna go for the... So what am I looking at here? I can't tell. I see a goblin and something else.
It's a human.
A human? I'm gonna go for the human.
Yeah, a human in like desert traveler garb.
Oh, that's gonna be 24. Like
To hit the human?
24 to hit the human.
Okay. Yeah, that'll definitely hit. Roll damage.
Uh, 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. What does it look like?
Cheering and seeing everything, and then at the corner of his eye, always keeping mind, he's keeping an eye on the alarms and these two. He sees it, and he's already had it ready and ready to go, and just sit the fuck down, and then throws it.
This beam of rust energy goes down. You see the woman pull out like 2 daggers, and as she pulls one of the daggers out, it like hits through her shoulder into her hand and knocks the knife out of her hand. Just you see like this small, like you can't see it from this distance, but there's a small hole of where the blast went through, and the knife goes out, and she just looks at you. Hazel, you were holding an action to wild shape.
Yes.
What are you wild shaping into?
Okay, so I can now wild shape into more stuff, but I can't get my page to load.
No.
That is quite all right.
So I was looking for new stuff, but I can
what
place my current ones.
women?
Can I be that snake thing again that I was?
Yeah, you can be a snake.
Yeah, I'll do the constrictor snake then.
Best I can do.
Best
This
I can
baby
do is
can
a
hold
BNG.
so much venom in it.
Oh.
This beauty's got so many hisses.
What the heck? Oh man, my D&D Beyond just turned into a monster's face and I can't do it anymore. We'll be back after a short rest.
Oh.
So are you guys jumping down as well?
Can we?
Sure. I mean, they did.
Well,
technically, you're not supposed to use your
held
movement.
action, yeah.
Yeah, it's a held action. You're not supposed to use your movement. But for, like, you know, the scene, it makes sense that you guys can jump down. It's just, like, jumping down. Not going to be a big deal. I will need athletics check from everybody that jumped in.
Yeah, I'll jump down as well.
One of theirs failed, so they take a d6 worth of damage.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. 7. You're going to take a d6 worth of damage. You take 6 points of falling damage. Tiff?
I rolled a 3. Do I add
You add your
strength?
You add your athletics. So 3 minus 1. So
Okay.
you also take 6 points of falling damage, which for a constrictor snake is half of its health. Because you have 13 HP.
Yeah.
So you have 7 HP left.
Okay.
All right. So that is Ruik went down when Sabhir did the roll, right?
Yeah.
So now it's Vagari's turn.
I am gonna... I will run across and through to get to this side of him so he's completely surrounded. Using my Chaja and then bonus action slash his face.
Okay. You get a +2 to the roll.
14.
14 will not hit.
Boo. Then I guess that's it.
All right. Ruik is dead. Shun, you're up.
I will go ahead and move 30 or 25 and then another 5 here. So 30 feet. Fuck it. We'll go another extra footy. And again, second verse, same as the first, I'm going to toss another Eldritch Blast. I said sit! That's going to be 17 to hit.
17 will hit. You're hitting the human again, right?
Same victim. Yep.
Yep.
D10. Max damage. 10 damage.
10?
10 damage.
Holy shit. You bring forth the rust-colored energy once more. It hits her right in the exact same spot in the shoulder. Her arm is just like dangling from like the pain. The crowd is going bananas. Guards, you see, start to run around in the arena, and the Kaban are starting to cheer, and the Alam are like angry and confused. That is Shun. Seer, the goblin, is going to run up here. He's going to take a shot at you, Sabhir.
Okay.
Shit. 8.
Negative
Not going to
Ghost
be
Rider.
enough. He like starts to cast this like sickly green arrow, and you see a bow start to form, and he releases it, and you see this just like acid arrow just fly through. But you bring the shield up, it ricochets off. And that's its turn. It can't do anything. But then this other one, she is going to go, and she is going to appear here in the shadow. She teleports from one shadow to the next. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe that was too far. Yeah, that's definitely too far. She appears here. And then she has 30 feet of movement. She'll come up to this corner here. And from there... Well, no, she used her action to Shadow Jaunt, so never mind. That's her turn. Yusuf is going to go. Surrounded. Oh boy, what's he going to do? Yeah. He takes the shield, throws it down, grabs the greatsword with both hands, and he's going to spend 3 attacks on you, Vagari.
Yay.
The lowest to hit is a 15.
They all hit.
They all hit. All right. Okay. Once per turn, he gets this special ability. The first hit is going to be... The first hit's going to be 6 points of slashing damage.
So 3.
Half to 3. The second one, another 6 points of slashing damage. Half to 3. The last one... 27 points of slashing damage.
I think I'm going to use Stone's Endurance for that one.
Halved to 13. And so go ahead and roll your Stone's Endurance.
I think it was a 1d12 plus 2. Let me look. Yeah. So that's 11 points reduced.
You take 2 points of slashing damage from his third attack.
I would say that was well spent.
I would say that was 27 points of damage reduced to 2?
Yay!
That's pretty fucking bananas.
I'm broken.
It's like when the sword like hits, you just flex and it like just catches.
Yes.
So he throws his shield down, takes his sword, he just goes apeshit on you, just like one after another, and you just kind of like, you take the hits, but you just like, bring your head up, move the hair out of your face, like bloodied and sweaty, but just like give him that smirk, and he's like, oh, you take big damage.
Oh, and so do you.
I think I'm in love.
I do not kill this girl, I marry her.
Are you
I
seeing
mean,
anybody?
May
Here we
I
go again.
May I persuade him?
Flips the hair.
I can have 2 husbands.
Such is the way.
God damn. Yeah, Yusuf did not. Hazel, you're up.
All right, cool. I am going to. I'm going to put myself. If I put myself here, I'm not actually on the like sword, right? Like
Correct.
I can stand here and be fine.
Correct. But you have 30 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, you can get there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I will bite this thing. Is this
Sure.
the human or the I can't remember.
The
sorry.
human. Yeah. You
All
can
right,
make an attack roll.
Bite the human. Oh, this isn't going well. I rolled an 11.
11 will not work. It sidesteps as you try to slither on there.
I'd like to proceed to hiss at it.
You can hiss at them. Sure.
Very angry. I have not rolled well once today.
Sorry.
That's it is your fault though.
So here you're up.
After the adrenaline spike, and then it's starting to, logic starts to come into play, I realize that Shun needed Ruik for questioning. So I will go ahead and grab Ruik off the spikes and pull him off, and then on the ground, I will try to seal the wound. But as I do it, I will cast Spare the Dying.
So you described dislodging his heart.
I did. Basically, when it was in him, I just moved it to the side, put some strain on it.
Okay. It's been like a turn? Has it been a turn? Has it been two turns?
1 round.
6
It's been 1 round? You killed him last round?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Are you trying to bring him back to life or something?
No. Just keeping him at 0.
Okay, you cast Spare the Dying on him.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull him off and be like,
You need to answer questions. You can't leave yet.
and I, without realizing it, again, I will cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. Here's the thing about casting Spare the Dying on an NPC. Typically speaking, NPCs don't get death saves. So once they're dead, they're dead.
Okay.
Now, we can do this, and I can give them death saves, but this is setting a precedent for the game in the future.
Okay.
So it's your decision. I'm leaving it to the table, to the four of you, to decide if this is something that should be allowed. Because per the rules, he should be dead, and it wouldn't work.
Okay.
So, a quick question above the game since we're doing this.
Yes.
Would there be knowledge, since this is a gladiatorial battle, and my agreement with the guy was like, when they win, I get to talk to him, that there would be an understanding that when people die, like in the last one, they get revived?
Yes. Well, not everybody gets revived. The person whose head got chopped off, that person didn't come back. Unless did I describe them coming back? I don't think they came back, right? Because I think Vagari described cutting somebody's head off. Did they come back?
I thought you did, yeah. But I don't
think they did. Because I just remember everyone being like, well, no way, she cut off that dude's head.
I don't know.
But I also don't think we tried reviving him.
Yeah.
Well, there were different. There were priests and holy people from different religions that were able to bring people back, and like heal them and stuff like that. But people do die in the gladiatorial arenas. Like Suprise isn't able to heal everybody. There are people who do die. Yeah, I was gonna leave that to be a different thing.
Well, the Alam is super rich, and they can obviously afford a true resurrection. So,
and we made
yeah, the question is, what do they do it? I'll tell you what's gonna happen. You cast Spare the Dying.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
They're dead.
Okay.
So we'll revisit this not in game to decide the death save thing later.
Okay. And
we'll resolve the Ruik aspect later. I have a few ideas.
Okay.
So your turn is used up using Spare the Dying, which does not work.
Mm-hmm. And then
you have a bonus action still.
I do have a bonus action. Seeing Vagari get hit like that.
Yeah, she just got bailed on.
Yeah.
Heavy.
What I'll do is my Echo, I'll have run up on me and then grab my shield, and as he's grabbing it, it becomes spectral, and then it will go into Vagari, and I will cast Sanctuary.
The sanctuary.
Is that a bonus action?
Yep.
Wait, how do you
Yes.
cast Sanctuary as a bonus action? Is Sanctuary
It
a
is a-
bonus action spell?
Yep.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, it is a bonus action spell. Holy shit. Okay, I thought that was that's fucking sick. Damn, that's a fucking sick description. I love that so much. Okay,
So-
that's Sabir. Vagari, you're up.
Wait, can you tell me what that does real quick?
Yeah. If anybody tries to hit you while I have concentration on it for 1 minute, they have to pass a Wisdom save, even in order to do it.
Sweet.
On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
Holy
Oh, nice.
shit.
And then
That's
I can attack them. Yay!
fucking awesome. Okay, Vagari, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna run over to this side here to get closer
That's
to
fucking
Sabir.
sick.
And I charged and then slash like before.
All right, make an attack roll.
I rolled another 17. I'm gonna take a picture of this every time and send it to y'all so you don't think I'm
Hell
freaking
yes.
cheating.
17 plus.
Plus 7, so 24.
24 will be sufficient. Roll damage.
Roll the monkey. Okay. So then that would be this guy. Oh my god. So that's 23 points of damage.
Ooh.
Yay!
Starting to look a little more worse for wear. All right. Okay. You bring the axe down across his chest, just like right in his gut, dislodge it. He's just like, ugh. You fight
I
good.
dislodged, so like is his like insides coming out now?
No,
Aw.
not that deep. Shun, you're up.
Using the momentary distraction by Hazel, I'm going to run back here. And I'm going to use my chains to try and hit the human.
Okay. You've got 30 feet of that, right?
30 feet.
And you can bring them 10 feet to you.
Yeah,
Oh,
within 10
shit.
feet.
If you hit,
If I hit...
All right,
does
roll
a nine-
damage.
Does a 19 hit?
a 19 does hit.
Okay, I would like to pull them into the goop. Into the spores.
They need to make a constitution saving throw. Ooh, that's a 3. I'm not even gonna... Yeah, no, there's
And
no
that-
way.
That's an extra 4 damage of piercing.
4 piercing damage?
Correct.
So that's 4 piercing damage plus 8, 9, 10, 11 points of acid damage. How would you like to do this?
As I run back and the manacle starts to glow. Normally it's this rust color, but now it's this black and orange piercing glow. And I'm not looking at the human. I'm looking at the alarm. As I throw it. And it doesn't wrap around. It goes through the chest of the human. And I yank it back.
As she falls into the acid and she like tries to like reach for like the bridge, the seeming bridge, like web stuff there, from the acidic goop, you see behind her a cloaked and armored figure just like look down on her, look at you, give you a little wink, and then his gauntleted hand grabs her head and like shoves her down into the acid, and bubbles start to go up and they just stop, and he just like wraps her in chains, and you can see her spectral form be taken further down into the ground as the warden disappears into the water, into the acid.
And to finish it, I bow. At
The
alarm.
crowd goes absolutely fucking apeshit. At this, the Alam and the Kaban kind of like, they see, like the Alam are like looking at you when they see this, and they look at each other and they start to like go off and start yelling at each other. They start just like fighting. The Kaban and the Alam, they're just like yelling at each other. That is Shun, right?
That was correct. That was it.
Okay, Yal is down. Seer is going to open the chest. He's panicked. 8. Great. Bonus action, takes a potion, becomes invisible. And this chest is used up. And he's going to go... Yep.
Somewhere.
He's gonna go somewhere. He's definitely moving. All right. That is his turn. Yusuf is going to attack Vagari. Yeah, 26 to hit.
That's awesome. Can you also roll a wisdom save?
18.
18 hits.
18 does hit.
Ooh.
18 succeeds the wisdom, right?
Yes, succeeds the wisdom save.
Okay. Yeah, and he rolled it well, and that was a 15 on the die. If we count the first die, it was 17. And he has +3 to his wisdom saving throw. So he succeeds.
Is he hitting me 3 times again?
He has a roll of wisdom save for each hit. That's what, for each hit?
Yep.
Probably, yep.
Okay, so that we'll count the first two. 15, 17, +3, that's 18 and 20. And then the third one is 15. Rolled a 12 on the die. +3 is 15.
They all succeed.
They all succeed. All right. Here comes the boom.
No.
First one is 9 points of slashing, halved to 4.
Wait, it was that to hit, or that was all the wisdom saves?
Oh, those are all the wisdom saves. You're right. Apologies.
So the first one hits with a 26, but you got to roll the 2 others.
Right. The other one is going to be a, thank you for keeping me honest, 21 to hit. And the last one is a natural 20. So, the first one is going to be 9 points of slashing damage, half to 4. So take 4 damage. The second one is going to be 13 points of damage. Let me see. Wait, no. 12 points of damage, half to 6. And then this is 11 points of damage, half to 5.
Okey-doke.
So he just like goes and he like has a tough time with each hit, but it does break through and just like slashes across you. That is Yusuf's turn. Hazel, what are you doing?
Okay, so I don't know exactly how this works, but I have blind sight for 10 feet.
That means that you can
So-
see things that are invisible to you as long as they're touching the ground. Or no, that's Tremor Sense. Yeah, you can see things with blind sight within 10 feet.
Yeah, so I want to use that. I guess just like I just can use that the entire time.
It's an
right?
automatic thing.
Okay, and I'm going to make my way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna make my way this way slowly, and then end up here if I don't see anything with my blind sight. That's like kind of my path. Does that make
This
sense?
way?
Should I go back? Like
You went this
I
way?
was here, yeah, and I'm just using that path, and I have 10 feet.
There is nothing in that pathway that is invisible that you can sense.
All right. Well, then that is going to be my turn.
Well, you have 30 feet of movement.
Yes.
And you've used 40 feet. So you have another 20 feet still.
But I only have 30 feet though. So, you mean if I dash?
You've moved 40 because you need to like
then,
make the turn.
Yeah, I didn't mean
you can't go in a straight line. I mean, you can go in a straight line if you want to go into the acid.
No.
So
well, then I guess I'll just use my
action
to dash then.
Unless you did like this pathing, this is 40, so you can still move. And at this point, where you stand right now, that's 10 feet. You can sense that they are here.
Okay.
This is their location.
Then, since I've used my action to dash and get here, I'd like to use my bonus action to tell Sabir that it is behind him using my mushrooms.
You can absolutely do that.
Or can I just send it out to all of them that it's
You can send it out to all of them, yeah.
Sabir, so yeah. Then that's my turn.
Hell of a turn. Okay,
hey,
Sabir.
You gotta do what you can do while being a snake.
That's a great turn. That's an excellent use of the fucking stat block. That's brilliant. I'm so proud of you.
Someone behind you.
He stinks.
Yes, I would like to use Parcel Tongue. Thank you.
And it's Sabir. It is your turn.
Oh shit. How are you, Vagari?
I will be drinking my health potion next turn.
All right. In that case, I'll hear what Hazel has to say, and I will oh shit, and I will grab my spear and I will go real low and I'll do a sweeping attack on the ground.
Make an attack roll at disadvantage because they are invisible.
Misses. Unless a 7 hits him.
No, but you hear a little plop.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's about it.
All right, Vagari,
Spare
you're up.
the Dying is a bonus action? I could have used my action last. I forgot.
Vagari, go for it.
I was going to take my health potion and...
That's a bonus action?
I thought that was an action.
Drinking a potion is a bonus action. Feeding it to somebody else is an action.
Okay, well then that will be my bonus action. And then my action, I suppose, will be to... Yeah, I guess just slash this guy's face. But I can't charge.
Make an attack roll.
That is a 19.
19 will hit. Roll damage.
Sanctuary is now gone.
So 12 points of damage.
Okay. Okay. At this, you bring the axe down onto Yusuf's shoulder, lodges in, rip it off. He grabs it in pain. And at this, so do we want to take a break? Because I was gonna do a thing.
We can take a quick break. I gained 10 points back from healing potion.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. At this, the Alam and the Kaban are fighting. And you see they grab the announcer, which is the same guy that was the announcer for the arena, the Coliseum in Haya. Dwarf, fine hair, and got mutton chops and the beard is actually shaved, but everything else is the hair and the mustache is there on the sides. And that concludes today's fight. The winners the fearless runner, and the Galavanteirs! And everybody goes fucking absolutely bananas wild. And people just start chanting Vagari and Sabir's name. And then eventually the crowd starts with Galavanteirs! 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 Wah!
I just turned to the big giant monster dude and I'm like, so I guess you submit? You didn't take me as a quitter.
I never submit. And he points his sword up to the Alam. They submit. And just puts his sword back, picks up his shield, and like places it, grabs Ruik's body by the scruff. Yeah. Maybe they fix. Maybe they don't. And he looks at you, Severe. That is good work.
Well, he needed to sit down. He was always a sideliner.
Yes. We're done with the battle map.
Never the true champion.
You fight very well. I hope to see you on the arena again someday. Maybe
Well,
this
no offense,
time
but
I
I
kill
hope we
you.
don't.
He's down to about half hit points.
Jeez.
Ugh. I collect her later. Maybe. Her, they will not save. And he just walks off to like the entrance for the Alam. You guys make your way off of the field and into the side room for preparations. You have a moment before you get retrieved back to the private boxes.
So, what the hell happened to 2v2?
Yeah. I would not have expected anything less than tricks from the Alam.
We had to deal with the royal families.
As we see, deals
they
are
broke
tenuous
it.
at best.
Well, that means they didn't keep their word.
I mean, that has to have repercussions.
Especially for someone of royal.
If we were royal, yes, maybe.
But that's the thing, they also made the deal with the Caban and the other families as well. The deal included all of them. It's not just about us.
Did you not watch them cheering? They don't care. They don't ever care.
Well, I think either way, at this point, we have some negotiating power.
That is probably true. Sabir, I only half mad at you for killing him.
I didn't mean to. It was kind of a moment, and
Good work.
you know,
It's fine.
Charlie kind of took that one.
I'll thank Charlie.
You are all... Hazel, are you staying as a snake?
No, I'll go back to my Hazel form. But before I do that, I would like to go and retrieve Chief from where I safely left him in the stands during all of the chaos.
You guys get escorted back to the main room. The Caban are just like yelling at the Alam, like, you have cheaters, you brought people in, you were supposed to be 2-on-2, how dare you? And the Alam are just like, your man take the first shot, they interrupted, and it's like, no, we all saw it. And the referee, the announcer there, it's like, sorry to tell ya, they jumped in first, that guy reacted, and who the hell are you? You are someone who is just here to work. You are an employee. You are not important. And he just kind of like backs up a little bit. Doesn't really want to engage. There, the cheaters. They are not the cheaters. You dishonored the agreement. You forfeit any claims you may have to any of these individuals, to any deal that has been made. Day one. And that is the end of that. And the alarm just kind of like look at you guys, spit at you, and started to like walk away.
In mushroom talk, I'll be like,
Should we bring up the connection that we all have to them?
Let us
Keep
let
it
them
silent
speak
for now.
first.
That was a very impressive display down there. You all fight
Told
with
you.
very much heart.
Told you it was when, not if.
Well, they are still bound by their word. They forfeited the match, and it looks like you all were going to win regardless. So we will see if something can be done about the lizard folk to have this conversation. If he has expired and we cannot bring him back, unfortunately, there is nothing that can be done. These things happen. Unless you have some method to speak with a deceased individual on your person, I don't see a way that, if they are unable to heal him. You are now all considered free citizens of Alkut.
Okay, so this would be totally stupid. I'm not doing this, but how funny would it be if I fed Filter of Love to Ruik and then waited 10 minutes and then gave him a kiss to wake him up?
Do you want to try it?
Kind of.
You're welcome to try it.
I'm gonna have it. Okay, I'll try it.
You are all considered free citizens in the eyes of Alkut.
Forever.
And yes.
Does that mean we can get the wanted posters taken down and people to stop chasing us everywhere we go? Because that'd be kind of nice.
That is being handled as we speak, and you see two guards just kind of nod and take off. That being said, there is the promise of assisting in the healing of my Oasis crab, which I will still hold you to. But you have earned your freedom. They are going to do their best to heal Ruik. I will have them send him or his corpse to our estate. In the meantime, if you would please join me back at the estate, we shall celebrate to your victory and your freedom. And now that there is no time pressure to hide you from the public eye, we may take our time with healing the crab. I will still need you to do this, but with much less pressure.
May
And,
we continue the negotiations by chance?
Regarding?
I believe the understanding before was that we would help heal the crab at the expense of not being turned in. But now that we're free, there isn't necessarily any incentive for us other than just to be good and to heal a crab that is sick, which I still would be willing to do. But if you would see to it, perhaps rather than employing my family as slaves, we could just have them be contractors. We could work for you, but maintain freedom and good relations, and they would have the freedom to live as they pleased. I could, of course, stay and settled down with my family, you'd have me as an extra advocate for healing and taking care of the animals that you have possession of.
This is a very interesting proposition. Is tending to the animals something that you would be interested in doing?
Well, it seems I have a pretty good knack for it, and I pull out Chief. Isn't that right, little buddy?
Would participating in the arena be something that you would like to continue to pursue as well?
Yeah, I'd prefer to pass on that. I really did that more so for survival, but, maybe
well, I was going to wait until we made it back to the estate. I understand that the freedom of you and your family is important to you. I cannot go without a skill master. I will give you an option. Pending the healing of my crab. You have the choice to go freely as you have earned here today, and your family will stay with me, or you may take their stead. I believe there has been talk amongst them of returning to your school one day.
If I were to stay in their place, would I have the freedom to visit them?
Arrangements can be made.
Well, I'd say that that's probably,
Maybe you should discuss this with your family before making any final decisions for them.
yes, knowing them, well, we'll see. It seems that you've taken good care of them, so I can't see them necessarily opposing the situation.
We will see what we will see. Please, if you would join me. You get into a carriage with Ania and Nasir, make their way back to the Cabana Estate. The crowd is going absolutely bananas in the streets. Fucking fight of the year. Yusuf is you see that he's being paraded around like everybody's shouting at him great job, and some people are throwing rotten food at him you lost. And as the carriage starts to come, people are kind of getting around the carriage and just Galavanteirs, 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 just everybody's knocking on the carriage, shaking it a little bit. Nasir just hey, give them a little wave if you want.
I mean, at least once.
So less.
All right, that's enough.
And the crowd continues to go wild for you guys until you guys make it back to the Cabana Estate. You are brought back. You're brought to the back of the house. You are greeted once more by the guards. And at this point, they kind of as they see you approaching, they stand a little straighter, pump their chest a little bit, look straight forward, no eye contact, as if they were recognizing the arrival of, a member of the family. You make it through, and there is you make it through this large, giant mansion. Very open sort of scheme on the inside, and there is a sort of elevated terrace area in the back. Beautiful spread of just anything that you can imagine: chicken, pork, meat, all sorts of fruits and vegetables, wolfberries, passion fruit, grapes. It is all top tier, high quality, freshly made, and the spread is there for you. You can see in the back the plethora of animals that are being taken care of. In the far distance, you can see the crab, a little, still like low energy. And with that, Vagari, your family members start to join at the table as well. And servants bring you wine and mead and ales and, anything that your heart desires. The scene is yours. With you, just so you know, are Nasir and Aniya. And then Agvaith, Zara, Elise, Yene, and Yeni and Ami, in Zara's belly.
I have a T-bone in one hand and like a ribeye in the other, and I'm just going like from bite to bite. And like that's just all you see, and like all the food is all over my face.
Shun is smiling at that.
The food, the animal products here in particular are probably the best and freshest. Like, certainly the best meat that you've ever had in terms of quality of meat. The preparation, very, very, very good. Probably like super top tier. The quality of the meat, just like the absolute top. They know their animals very, very well.
With like a mouthful of food, I'd be like, Shun, you've got to try this. And like little pieces are like coming out of my mouth with like each word that I say because I've stuffed my mouth so full.
Shun is taking bites like... Yeah.
This is probably the best meal any of you have ever had. At least in terms of like the animal product preparations.
I want to talk to your cook. I need names. Sylvia, try this, and I shove it in his face.
Oh, this is actually pretty good.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
I turned to my parents and I know that, things have been hard and this isn't the most ideal situation, but I think that we might be able to work something out where I would be able to stay here and work basically doing the job that you guys have been doing with the animal handling and taking care of the beasts here, and in return you and my siblings would be able to secure your freedom and go back to your school like you've always wanted. And I talked with the Kaban and they had said that arrangements can be made for me to visit you anytime, so it's not like I would necessarily be a slave, but I'm considering this more of like a contracting position, maybe a little more stringent, but with how well you guys are taken care of here, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I think for the sake of the younger generation, and I kind of look at my sisters, it might be best for everybody if you guys went to Joe school.
Igvaith kind of... He just like doesn't take his eyes off you and just like is smiling and just... You have grown so much. I'm so proud of you.
Well, I did learn from you and Mother. And I just gave him like a hug.
And he just holds you tight.
So does that mean that you guys will go? For the sake of them. I know that, you guys live well here, but I think they need a childhood and they need the freedom to be able to do what I wasn't able to do growing up.
And they kind of look at each other a little bit. And your mom turns to you. What do you want, dear?
This is honestly what I want. It's honestly, I think, the best scenario for all of us. I'll have a place to at least call home away from home. You will all be free. I'll be able to visit you anytime. We will all be free in our own senses.
What if you take your sisters back to your school? Your father and I can stay here. Go, spend time, visit home, come back. Maybe we can swap places at a different time. But your sisters have never been, and I know that not getting a chance to grow up there, you didn't get a chance to experience it properly. And I'm in no condition to travel right now. We don't
I think
want
I
you
would
stuck
be okay
here.
with that, but on the condition that we went to Joe School for some time and then you two still take my place. I think they still need a mother and a father. A sister is great, but could you imagine Pudgy and I raising children? And I like point over to Pudgy, who's like, I don't know where he is right now.
He's not there.
Where? Oh no, where is he?
He's not there, you don't know.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I mean, absent father, you can't even trust him.
Well,
Who could have seen that one?
Who knows? Maybe we'll go to Joe's school. I'll find a nice man of my own, but I think, you know, they really do need their parents. I don't think that.
it would not
You should
be
stay.
a permanent thing, obviously.
Okay,
And
thank
would
God.
not be
That was a lot of
separated.
weight on me.
No, we're not putting the weight of raising your sisters on you. But a journey together, I think, would not be a bad idea. At least Elise is old enough to maybe travel with you. She has not completed her Stigum Prova. She's too young for it, but she has tapped into our family's bloodline's abilities. So for all intents and purposes, has completed it. So she is old enough and capable enough to make a journey like that with you. Why don't you take your sister, take Elise, go to your school, visit home, come back, and when your other sister is born and Yanni is old enough, we can revisit the idea, but we're not in really a place to do heavy traveling and a big move right now. Though the idea of freedom is beautiful. See the mountains again.
Well, maybe we can work something out where we can travel to and from Joe's school and still have somebody here to maintain the animals, and we can all, in a sense, have some freedom.
We can discuss it. And in that moment, you see that Puggy kind of like starts to join, and he comes and he sits down next to you and just kind of like grabs you, holds you tight. He's like, I wasn't allowed to leave. The whole thing, I'm so glad you're okay. I'm so glad you're safe. What happened?
Gosh, long story short, we won, but under some really strange circumstances. I'll have to fill you in later. But it seems that we may have some negotiating power to secure some freedoms for my family and perhaps work out a contractual agreement to go to and from here to Joe School, which I think would be really nice. And I know that, you know, you've been traveling with us for quite some time, and, you know, feel free to say no, but you're more than welcome to join me going to Joe School. It might help to have somebody to help with guarding Elise and Yanni as we're making the trek.
I'd love to.
well, that didn't take much convincing. And I pull the prayer beads out. I was like, I guess I don't need these anymore. My life's come together.
He kisses you.
Yay! Severe.
So, mouthful of fruit.
Everybody cheers. A few people cheers. He turns bright red. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. I was negotiating similar things, but it sounds like you have it all figured out.
Yes, I think we'll be fine. I know, and I don't know where Shun, Sabir, and Hazel, like, near us. Like,
you're all at the table. Everybody's present.
Okay.
He did this in front of everyone.
Okay. So I know that, you know, we're supposed to help save this crab, and collect this medicine, but it seems that given the circumstances, and given there's no time constraint anymore, that, Byyyeee and I, and even my family, could probably harvest these materials ourselves and kind of take care of things from here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know, it's funny because it's kind of bittersweet in a way. I've wanted this, or at least something that looks like this, for the longest time since I left the Eldritch family, and now that I've gotten it, it's almost as if I'm like losing something else.
I think at that point it finally clicks in Sabir's head.
I don't want to leave you guys, but I think you just need to understand that this is what I need to do for my family.
Vagari, I would have it no other way.
Fine, I
I'm
guess.
So happy for you.
Yes, it's gonna be a new chapter, and I think that we're all gonna have a lot of new memories, but I'm never gonna forget the memories I've made with you guys, and you know that you can always mushroom me if you're ever if you're ever missing me.
You promise?
I promise. And I gave you guys a hug. And I love you, Sabir, my Davin, and I love you, Hazel, and I love you, Shun, but honestly, I can't really, you know, pass by without giving you a proper name. You always say I am Shun, or they call me Shun, but you never say my name is Shun. So from here on out, whenever I talk to you or I talk about you, I'm going to call you Orilo, because that, in my language, means enduring flame. And despite everything that you've been through, and despite how people might perceive you, and the intimidation that they might have for you, given your appearance and your eldritch blasts, which frankly are quite intimidating, you always endure through the hard times, and I think that you should keep that in mind. You're an inspiration, and you instill hope in others, and I hope that you keep that for yourself as you guys move on in your next journey.
For you. I am Orilo.
And I just like hug them in a really deep embrace.
I squeeze as tight as possible. Roll a strength save.
Don't hurt me now.
Oh,
my health potion was effective, but it wasn't that effective.
I could
I'm gonna
never
take
harm you.
part in the hug, and then I'm gonna go up to Byyyeee after the hug, and I'm gonna be like, "You take good care of her. If you don't, I will find you, whether near or far, and I will make your ass a hat."
I got it.
I wouldn't expect anything less from my second family.
And then I'm gonna go give Vagari another hug. But then I'll look at Puke.
If at all possible, if there's a moment where Vagari is off to the side, Shun would like to take a moment with her, and if I can have Hazel and Sabir take off their headphones.
Oh shit, I get secrets.
Would you like me to take my headphones off too?
No. Vagari, thank you for the name. I'm going to give you one back. So when you get to your school, my family will know I'm alive. I am not called Shun. Find Byyyeee and Tialdir and tell them their compassion is still alive.
For you, I'll do anything.
Dusentak.
Deuce and duck, compassion, and I just give you a hug.
Big hug.
Meh. Now I'm just sad.
Hughie's gonna pull you aside. The evening starts to grow, sun starts to set, stars start to come out. The feast has gone on throughout the day for you all, and different party guests have arrived. Some wanting to schmooze with the Galavanteirs and the Caban, and you guys are starting to gain notoriety. And in a few moments of quiet, Pugie pulls you off to the side, and he says, "I love you, and I'll do anything to keep you happy. If that means being in your school, if that means being here, if that means being with your first family, with this family, adventuring anywhere in the world, I want to be with you. Will you marry me?"
Yeah. Oh, of course I will, Pugie.
And he goes in and he kisses you.
I hold out my hand. I'm pretty sure in your culture I'm supposed to get something.
I don't have a thing.
Oh, we'll just table it for later.
Give right this second. But I will get something. I actually have an idea. I've got a few ideas.
Do I see this? Do I know what's going on?
Are you? Well, he pulled her aside in a private moment. If you decide to spy, which is not unheard of, you could.
Well, maybe if I overheard, could I look around for a napkin ring and go and just slide it to him? Because I figure Vagari's got pretty big hands.
So here in Shun, you guys see Hazel looking frantically around for something.
Hazel, what are you looking for?
Yes.
A napkin ring, something round you can wear on your finger. Anything.
Why?
Because I like rings. I don't know. Hurry.
Deception check.
No.
Oh, crap. Oh wow, that is a 2 minus 1, so that's a 1.
You guys don't even need to roll insight. She's clearly lying. She's definitely covering something up.
Oh.
What? What?
Hey, Sabir.
Mm-hmm.
You have a red brother, but how do you feel about the green one?
Wait. Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Yeah.
I think I have just the thing.
Okay.
I will be right back.
And I'll run off. I'll dig through my bag, and when I come out, I have a wrist bracelet with a blue stone that I have had since the prequel that I picked up in the market.
Do you think this will work?
I think that's perfect.
Yes.
I had it made in contact.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I shopped around with him. Well, with Byyyeee. And it was one of the first days he was actually being Byyyeee and not asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to work on that. Oh, he looks like he's in trouble. You may want to go before he says something and becomes asshole again.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you guys would have seen this, but I'm also wearing the priest robes that I stole from the sanctuary. And I'll walk up to Byyyeee, and I'll walk up to Vagari, and
Byyyeee,
Ah, shit.
what are you doing?
Why are you dressed like that?
Oh, I might have overheard something.
You don't. God, is nothing a fucking secret here?
No.
No.
God damn it. I don't care what you have to say. I'm going to marry her. I'll fight you for it. I don't give a fuck. I love her.
We have already
He
fought.
grabs her
We've
hand.
already-
I'm going to marry her. You're not going to stop me.
Funnily enough, I was going to encourage it.
and I hand him the wrist bracelet.
Oh,
Pugilist Club. Do you truly love Vagari?
and he like squeezes her hand tighter with all my heart.
And Vagari, do you truly love Pugilist Club?
Yeah, of course I do. Look at him.
Well, I mean, I am wearing priest robes, and apparently I am a chosen
Holy shit.
or something. So I think out of all of us, I might be just the one inclined. Will you marry her?
I just asked her to marry me and she said yes, and
What will you say?
I'd say yes.
Will you protect her
Yes.
like we have protected? Will you cut down any foes across your journeys for her?
Anyone.
Will you march into death and back for her?
Absolutely.
Then you have finally won. And now I think you have earned the name Daven.
And I cast Ceremony.
Dun, 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 dun. Does
What
confetti
does-
come out?
Yes. So
Shoots out of his
I
nipples.
touch two adult humanoids willing to be bonded together in marriage, and for the next 7 days, each target gains a +2 bonus to their AC when they are in 30 feet of one another.
Sweet.
Gonna need
I
it for that
have-
honeymoon.
I love you, Vagari. I always will.
I love
But I'm
you,
glad you-
David.
But I'm glad you found somebody
Yes,
That's
and I know he wasn't necessarily your first choice, but I'm glad that you've come around.
Well, I had to raise him time and time again to make sure he was the one for you. It's like any armor or weapons from the arena. They have to be tempered, they have to be sharpened, they have to be beaten to make
I
sure
would
they work.
expect nothing less from a Davin.
I am
As the party's realizing where the hell did all the Galavanteirs go, and they're starting like look over the edge of the like hangout area, and they see what's happening, they're like, "No, we do this right!" And the feast turns into a wedding. And what does casting ceremony look like? Everybody's arranged in a specific way. There's wedding music going on, which I have never prepared.
That's okay. I'll use Druidcraft to bring out some songbirds to do the job for you. So, you know.
Nice.
I guess with ceremony, the blue green-esque ocean starts to emanate from the wristband as I give it to him, and if you would allow him to put it on your wrist, I think in that moment I would probably step back and probably just bask in the moment and start to tear up.
Mom and Dad are
think
freaking out. Like
I
Vaith and
think that's
Zara.
just it. Nothing special, but everything special.
That's beautiful. In its simplicity. You two hold each other, look into each other's eyes deeply, and share deep, passionate kiss. And you are wedded.
Wedding.
I'd like to start the wave again, please.
Everybody starts the wave.
I bring out my echoes to also.
And with that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Amanda's last session. Amanda, do you want to share why we are losing you as a regular player?
Yeah, as my character Vagari is starting a family in the game, I, as Amanda, am starting a family in real life because my husband and I are expecting. Yay!
Yes!
I played into the third trimester, but I'm at a point where ligament pain is very real, and so is having to pee every 30 seconds. So I think it's time for me to part, unfortunately. But oh my god, that got so real when I was like talking to y'all. I was like, I feel like I'm talking like IRL, and it's so sad. Because we've been doing this for like so long.
I don't want you to go!
I'm crying again.
Well,
It's bittersweet.
there is something special for you, though. So one of our community members reached out and wanted to make something. So, thanks to, and this is a surprise for everybody, thanks to Breakfast King, who I see in the chat, there's a little special something. And give me 1 second.
Stop it. I keep crying. I'm too pregnant for this.
I think you're going to enjoy this one. I just have to get it set up. Our first...
Oh my god!
animation.
I love it. I want to watch this so bad.
Let me... Alright, make sure you're
Breakfast
watching.
King coming in clutch.
Make sure you're watching so you can hear it. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Hazel, you're with the group. Anything in particular you want to do?
would like to take Vagari out to the grass and show her how to.
Oh my god, I'm huge. Yes! Yes! I like swirl my fingers so I can like feel the coolness of like the grass in between, and I just start like, so how do I make angel? And I'm just like stiff, like sprawled like a little starfish.
So go to a pencil first, okay?
Oh,
So, like,
okay.
pencil, and then out like a starfish. Yeah, and then down like a pencil. Out like a starfish. Yeah, Vagari, you're doing great.
That is so cute.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is
So thank you.
amazing.
That's so cute. Oh my
was-
god.
Oh my
So
God.
good.
That was
This
all
is
the way
everything
back
I've
at
ever wanted.
episode 1.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that is so
This is
good.
that is
That's so priceless.
holy shit, Breakfast King. God damn it.
So cute.
This is the greatest thing. That's fucking. Oh my God. Oh my I'm gonna miss you,
God.
Amanda. You chaos gremlin, you.
I'm gonna have to like low-key watch what happens after the fact, because I really want to know how this conversation with Ruik is gonna go, and I want to know what all the questions are. And I need to know where y'all are going to go next. I'm like still gonna be around, but
Hey, you'll be
maybe
able to-
just like watching
yeah.
on and off on YouTube in between like feeds and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta follow along with the adventure, and obviously
Yeah.
it's open ended so that Vagari can always come back at some point or another. Like, you know, she's still alive, she's still doing doing stuff. She may be pregnant when she comes back into the game, or have a couple of kids. Or something, I don't know.
That'd be
But,
great.
you know,
Valid.
there's always the chance that you might be able to come back.
Who knows?
It's
Ooh.
so sad to be losing you, but it's for an incredibly good reason, and we're all
Hell
very
yeah.
happy for you.
Little baby chaos.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yes,
Holy
I have
crap.
to teach him how to play D&D and then just like fuck with him the whole time.
Absolutely love it.
I rolled a natural 20. That's still a failure.
Wow. It was a DC 30. I'm so sorry.
Does a DC 37 hit? No.
I don't even know what a 30 is yet.
I can't count that high.
Well,
I think it's Amanda, you want to count us out?
Yeah. Oh, and also next week we also have the one shot too. I'm not
Oh.
totally gone.
Oh yeah,
yet.
that's Tuesday. That's right.
Yeah.
You're not totally getting rid of me.
Yeah.
Final Tesla, not final episode.
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
All right. 3, 2, and 1.
Bye.
Bye.